Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope you're all having a great evening tonight. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now. Glad to be with you. And guys, I'm going to state this flat out. I saw some recent news in regards to Ripple's XRP, as well as Stellar Lumens, and I was blown away by what I saw. But before we get into that, we have other news headlines we're going to get into. Quant, for instance, we have a little bit HBAR, ALBT, some XDC. We have a great lineup for today's show. It's going to be an absolute good time, to say the least. But at the same time, I did see somebody I haven't seen in a few days, which is Michael Montclair. I want to give you a quick shout out before I get into comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and welcome our wonderful community who's here. And let's start it off with Zamir Khan. Thank you for being here. Nice looking ride. Let's see what you got here. Looks like you got a Lexus, if I'm not mistaken. Looks pretty nice. Nice looking grill. All right. Up next in the comments is Larry. Can we not get too excited? Well, we'll get pretty darn excited here soon. Big Dave is back. Welcome, Big Dave. Dude, I'm freaking pumped. Max was preaching last night. Good stuff. Well, thanks, boy. I appreciate that. Yeah, when I see certain things that just, it's like I'm not gonna just come on here and be like, yeah, guys, I saw something really interesting. It appears that Ripple's on-demand liquidity is going to be utilized here. Heck no. We're not doing the Ben Stein approach. No way. But welcome back, Ben. I almost said Ben Stein. You're not Ben Stein. Welcome back, Big Dave. Good to see you. Coochie Boys in the house. Max was in his bag last night. Thank you very much. I guess that's where the expression comes. That's not your bag. Well, I guess that's my bag. Anyway, April Cornwall says, hey, guys, how was y'all's day? Well, mine was pretty good for the most part. Didn't like having to go all over the town, but managed to make it back in time. Had a little bit of Taco Tuesday, some street tacos from this one place called Mascareros, and it's like a Nacho Libre feeling type place. It's like literally this hidden place off the side of, like, you don't even know it's there. They don't even have a big sign, nothing. Then you walk in there and then it's like packed. It's like, what the heck? And I'm like, I know why. Because you guys got $1.49 street tacos. Actually, it was $1.59. Anyway, another day here snowing. Interesting. Well, good to see you, April. You guys know the drill. You know what I'm going to ask. It don't cost you nothing. All you got to do is smash that like button. It's free. Helps us get our show out to more and more people. Last night was great, man. I couldn't believe it. I think that was the best I've done on my own. It's not the best, or it's not our personal record for Larry and I, but that was really cool. It was really, really nice to see that. Rayan is in the house with a new custom avatar. Let me take a look at that before we get more into it. So cool, man. That's your kid. Well, I'll state this much. Your kid looks very similar to my cousin's son. So thank you for sharing that. He states, hi, what's up? I'm speaking, what's up, guys? I'm so bored today, but alhamdulillah. Anyway, I guess that's in your own language. That's all right. Thank you for being here. Let's kick it into some more particular comments. Let's see what we got here. Man, you guys got a flooding of comments. That's good. It's good stuff. We'll get into the show within about another minute. I guess we got some good problems again tonight. I want to welcome Tim Shea. Of course, says, hey, welcome, Tim. Sobo's in the house. Sobo's an educator. Glad to always see a Sobo. But yeah, let's get further down. Let's see who else is here. Michael Montclair. Michael, I mentioned before, I saw you just briefly. The markets are finally kicking. My B raise is up 79%. Yep, I did a fifth video in regards to the bull run thesis, and I said that the big thing we have to, of course, watch out for is what's going to happen tomorrow with the old man coming out of the cave, as Larry would say. All right, B rise is looking good. I'll show you guys another thing that kind of popped off if you haven't seen the news about it. And that was about, in regards to library, right? And we're going to be talking specifically about some of the reaction from that here in a little bit after some of our other particular coverage. Just going to wait for a few more people to filter in before we get into that. Coochie Boy says, we delete 3 zeros. It's Aruba. Nice. Tim Shea, could it be if she hoped or hopped on a plane? I won't know until she runs low on money. Wow. 43 million and waiting. All right. KK says Jasmine is the chosen one. Could very well be. I think it's definitely my list for best, risk to reward ratios. I agree with you on that one. Tim Shea states, Coochie Boy, lots of zeros. What's the market cap? All right. Let me get further down. Let me see. Rayan states XDC to $60 2025 October, guys. Fill your bags. That'd be amazing. And we reported yesterday that we heard, for instance, I don't think Rich would just throw something out of nowhere with $80+ but yeah, I mean, heck, $20, $30, $60, that's crazy. But is it as loco as you think? They really stand out, right? Especially with the trade sector. All right, I want to get further down to see where we're at. If there's anybody I missed, Stump Riders in the house. Welcome back. Good to see you. Brian Dowie's in the house. Good to see you, Brian Dowie. And on top of that, let me get further down. ISO Kev is back. Hey, man, welcome back. Glad to have impressed upon you to return 2 nights in a row. Really appreciate it, Kev. Welcome back. Guys, welcome back, all guys that came just once yesterday. Kev, anybody else you see is new and so on. Really appreciate you guys. Want to say hello to GS is back. Hello. And what is that? You got some key lime pie or something like that? What is that? Oh, it's soup. Huh. Is it split pea soup or what is that? Is it pho? Green pho? That can be kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, good to have you here. Let me see. I didn't want to miss my spot. Cash Cats is back. Hey, yo. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Cash. River Runners in the house. Good to see you. Selmo Fudd, the OG of OGs. Always good to see you, Selmo. Really mean that. Thanks for being here, buddy. How about this? ISO Kev says he watched and loved. Hold on. I watched your love last night for the first time. Live. Typo. Yeah, that'd be kind of strange. I watched your love, Maximus. Slow jam tunes and body action. Crypto talk now. Action. Splashing. Anyway, that was awkward. But yes, glad he caught our live again. JG, formerly known as Jerk, says American Idol JG. Ben Stein. Bueller. Yep. And also, right, featured in... maybe is he also in Fast Times? I can't remember. That's a good question. All right, let's go further. I mean, obviously playing a different character, but maybe he is in that too. I can't remember. Good to see Larry in the comments. All right, Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle is in the house. Good to see you, Mike Cornwell. Been blowing up my phone today, but that's cool, man. You can text me anytime you want, no matter what time it is. It's all good. And let's see here. Crypto God states 33 people, 23 likes. The 10 do the right thing. All right. Thank you very much. Richard, welcome back. Good to see you again. And let's see. We got Crypto God in the house. You've been laying in bed for 3 days, weathered in. Love it. Huh. Interesting. You've been hunting info about CBD. That's why you're blowing up my phone. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like I said, you blow up my phone as much as you want. Mike's got a lot of info you sent me earlier today. Blockchain tech for the money systems, etc. All right, Will Houchins is back. Welcome back, Will. Good to see you. Max, we need one live stream just on low caps for the degens. Oh boy, you guys got more than enough shows when it comes to that. But who knows? Maybe we'll consider it. But there's guys, let's face it, there's plenty of shows that cover those particular ones. You know which ones they are. Anyway, not with us, obviously, but maybe we could do something like that. All right. So Bactron says, hi all, Max, Tim, Brian. Good to see you, Bactron. Welcome back. I want to welcome Big Watch Dude. I know we're about 10 minutes in. Don't worry, we'll kick it into the news here in a bit. Max, a CTM fan. Thanks for being here, Big Watch Dude. Kava tea. Well, thanks for clearing that up. Sounds good. I like there's this place it's called Bomb Boba, and instead of getting boba, I get these things called popping pearls. So, for instance, I'll get like a mango snow boba, which means they mix milk with it, and then they put instead of boba, tapioca balls in it, they put mango popping pearls. So every time you drink it, it pops in your mouth. Like that's why they call it bomb, like dropping bomb boba. Anyway, I know, and I don't know. It's just really really good. It pairs well with it. Very good place. Haven't had it in a while. Mainly because they upped their prices to like $8-9 just for a drink. I'm like, what is this, Starbucks? Anyway, not a fan of Starbucks, to be honest. I prefer McDonald's. I know it sounds weird. It just, to me, it's not sweet enough or something. Anyway, that's beyond the point. Rayan, smash the like. It will help our guys, Max and Larry. It doesn't cost a coin. It doesn't. It really doesn't. All right. LCX. Yep, we'll get into some of that. We don't have a lot today in regards to LCX, though. Megan Richardson, Big Paul from Mississippi in the house from MISSISSIPPI. Let me see that. Wow, that's one heck of a dog. Huh. All right, cool. All right, let's get right into it. I want to welcome Salamander, the XTC commander. Thanks for being here, as usual, Salamander. Let's kick it right into the show. Going to go ahead and highlight. Oh, two more guys I'll welcome. Majestic Work. Hi, thanks for information on good crypto. LCX Quant bought some Jasmine at bottom. Well, thank you for being here. I'd like to welcome you, especially if you're new. I can't remember if I've seen you before. It looks kind of familiar, but I want to welcome you nonetheless. I want to welcome Mass Debater, who's here. Thanks for being here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get right into it. So I saw this earlier, and I said to myself, this definitely needs to make headlines. No, it's not quite XRP, but that will be the second segment we'll get into. So it's going to start off with Quant, and there's a big reason for this. Can you not get excited about what you're about to see right here when it comes to the likes of Quant? So here we go. Shout out to Greg Lunt, Quant All-Star. Breaking news. We talk about it all the time. LAC chain, yes, Latin America, right, has completed a multi-year pilot with Chrome Away. If you're wondering who they are building smart blockchain technology infrastructure. Ooh, is it bad timing? I don't mean no disrespect, but where's the infrastructure? Well, I'll just leave it there. All right, developing the LAC property chain, multiple layers of infrastructure, to be honest, which streamlines land administration and diminishes fraud in South America. Let's face it, there's a lot of fraud in South America. Tony Montana, man, sure want to go down to, South America, man. You want to do the Colombians? Anyway, another unique real-world blockchain use case for what? For Quant. How many times did we say yesterday that if you had to pick one particular crypto project that has multiple layers of utility, Quant is ahead of the pack? All right, let's jump more into this. So it states another unique real-world blockchain use case for Quant. Again, add to the list, add to the huge grocery list at this point to facilitate, ultimately speaking. Here it is. Actually, I'm just going to leave it there because it's bigger. IDB, if you're wondering about this, they execute blockchain property registry pilot with ChromeAway. What a name. The Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, has been a blockchain trailblazer. Shout out to my Portland Trailblazers. If you didn't know, they're my favorite team. I am down with them if they're the best or the worst. Anyway, with its IDB labs founding the LAC chain, public permission blockchain network spanning Latin America and the Caribbean. As a development bank, the objective for LAC chain, which by the way, we have covered them many times in the recording on deep dives especially, is to support grassroots blockchain applications that impact everyday lives. Draw some of the connections here. Now, I know this isn't XLM, but think about what XLM's doing. Everyday lives. Well, what about Quant? Why is Quant consistently in my top 3? Here's a few of those particular reasons. Today, enterprise application developer ChromaWay announced it has completed, of course, a property registered pilot with LAC Chain using a permission version of the Chromia blockchain. Now, again, when you draw that quant connection, you understand that they are blockchain agnostic and so on, but you understand at the same time that there is three specific CBDC projects that make quant stand out. And what was the first one? Well, it was LAC Chain. And when did that happen? Roughly back last March, April-ish of 2022. Now you're seeing this come full circle, and it's nice to get a particular breaking news update in regards to this. So there's a little bit more. States that with LAC Chain using a permission version of Chromia blockchain, LAC property chain aims to improve the transparency of property records and streamline the paper-based registration process to improve trust, transparency of property records. Now, I also want to state this. Do you not remember when I did a deep dive in regards to what QRC721? Why did I put so much emphasis on that? Well, I wanted to have people understand the significance of having the security there and how it brings a lot of utility to specifically that, fixing, let's face it, a lot of insecure NFTs and so on. But remember how we always talked about that we're going to get into a point in time where you're going to have your utility based in some of these NFTs. Draw the connection here, everybody. And that is basically this. You see it in the writing. It may not specifically say QRC 721, but guys, look at this. This is something else, because property records, you could use that in the form of like an NFT. Again, think about utility-based NFTs. QRC 721. Why was that so huge? Why did I make such a big deal about it? And why did I say, watch out for quant to go parabolic sometime in 2023? Again, draw the connection here. I'm so incredibly bullish on the likes of quant and some of these other ones. This is breaking news still. So it says, a lack of trust results in conflict, as we know, reduced activity and higher interest rate for mortgages. The pilot was based on Peruvian law, but Bolivia and Paraguay are also explored in the accompanying report. In Peru, real estate fraud is significant, particularly falsifying real estate documents or identity fraud in which a person claims to be the property owner. Now, before we kick it into the next part of our particular quant coverage and get back into the comments and all that good stuff, I want to point this out. Again, what do we have that stands out here? Again, three particular CBDCs that knowing that is being built upon the likes of, the quant connection, if you will. LAC's chain really stands out. We already established the whole thing with QRC 721 when it comes to the whole thing of understanding the significance of that NFT connection through security and so on. Now you're getting not just what they're accomplishing to help with the likes of Ethereum-backed NFTs in the future and some of these other ones on different chains and so on, but now you're also getting the whole, in my opinion, where it really should matter, not stupid, I shouldn't say that, but anyway, not certain pictures, right? And that is basically this, the utility. And that is what stands out to me, because this solves what really matters, real world use case, right? Because you're seeing this right here, anti-fraud measures. That in itself is incredibly valuable. When they say that quant is able to do it at a scale that nobody else is doing, literally, this is just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. Multiple layers of utility. All right, there's a little bit more in regards to this. So the main topic for quant tonight is going to be what you see outlined here when it comes to LAC chain. There's a little bit more in regards to all this from other outlets that will not just report the same thing, but bring a little bit something different to the table. And I want to get into that. But if anything, I'm going to try my best to do the 5 in 5 out for the most part. So let's go ahead and kick it back into the comments and see what we got. All right. So we got, for instance, if I scroll further up, we got, for instance, Crypto God, who states, thoughts on Michael Burry The big short guy, he tweeted sell and Kramer is bullish. Okay, that's worth sharing. Thank you for that, Crypto God. Let me go further down. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. What's up, CTN fam? Thank you for being here, Mr. Lambo's. Cash Cat says, my wife. I seen you post that in the recorded section. Yeah, I want to say quant. That's funny. All right, let's see here. That's funny as well. So I'm glad you guys are all having a good time. Will Houchins, what's up, Mass? Let me see here. You guys saying hello to each other. I want to point out the Crypto Smith. Sean's in the house. Good to have you here. What's up, boys and girls? Thanks for being here, Sean. Will Houchins, Brian and Tim turning wrenches. What's up, guys? Okay, if you guys are on top of whatever happened, that's good. Yes, you can follow me on Twitter. There it is on the right there if you want to do that. Crypto McDizzle says he decided to get out so much BTC pay and get 2 more quant. Well, that's cool. Right on. Let me get further down. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Dame time is about to run out in Portland. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hold it against them. They should have done a better job of surrounding him with real talent, in my opinion. It just really irks me, to say the least, because he's been by far the most interesting story of the Blazers since I would basically say since Clyde Drexler played for him. I do remember the Jail Blazers. They should have beat the Lakers in 2000. No, have not gotten over it yet. 14-point lead, blown. They lost. And, of course, that blew up the whole team for the most part. Anyway, Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle. Grab 10 of those BSV for my kitty. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, Triple C. All right, let's get further down. Eddie T says, what's up? Good to see you, Eddie T. Glad to have you here again. Yes, please drop comments and questions, whatever ones you have. Mr. Lambo says, nah, he's just getting old and they've never built a contending team around him. He's peaked already. Yeah, it's true. But I'm still going to root for the Blazers, whether they're the best or they're the worst. So it's just how it goes. Me's back in the house. Is it me you're looking for? Lionel Richie. All right, let's get further into it. Majestic Works says hello to Tim. You're flexing, which is good. And let's see here. Kramer is bullish. Looks like we buy. Yeah, that's why I keep saying to everybody, we are in what phase? We're in an accumulation phase, and it makes sense. Look more into it yourself. It's not based on emotions. It's based on data. But yeah, let's see here. Rafael Santos in the house from the Philippines. Good to see you, Rafael. I mean that, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us here tonight. And let me get further into it. Hello to me, everybody else. Thank you very much. Did Larry buy more Saitama or that other one that looks like the sumo from the Street Fighter coins? Oh, you talking about Mononoke? I would hope not. I hope you ain't buying no Mononoke. We'll come back soon. It's early 2:30 a.m. here in England. All right, understand. Any thoughts on B-Rise? I notice it's doing well. That's good. That's all about the only thoughts I have. It's not one I'm looking to personally get into. That doesn't mean I'm saying that's anything bad. I miss this guy, and that is shout out to Todd, aka Our Common Sense. I hope he's doing well. I know he was a big fan of B-Rise, and he did really well. All right, Megan Richardson. Deer balls are cheap this week. They are under $1. Wow. Okay. Take instead of Rocky Mountain oysters, what would that technically be? All right. My grandpa, I guess, used to make those. But I never had them. Bye. Thanks for acknowledgement. Thanks for channel. You're very welcome. Honest Ape, if you had to choose one, ALBT. Oh God, why do people want to do this to me? I'm going with both, but I own one out of those two. I don't own LCX yet. I don't know. I guess, man. I don't know. I'm going to end up owning both, but I mean, I guess I hate these questions. I guess ALBT gets a slight edge for now. Slight edge. All right. Yeah, I choose both. That's the way I look at it. It's kind of tied for me on that one. All right, let me go ahead and highlight that. Let's get back into our particular coverage. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like. We really, really appreciate it. Helps us tear up and get to the next one. Max didn't catch that. I don't know. There's a lot of things I guess I don't catch when I'm just kind of sporadically going through the comments. Anyway, yeah, choose both as well. All right, let's jump back into it. We were just talking a little bit about LEC chain. We need to talk a little bit more in regards to this. And this is from a different person. You never seen this person before? Maybe you have. I don't know. But yeah, I want to give this person a shout out. So shout out to this new person, Nava Kwamfi. All right. I'm going to go ahead and follow this person. This person is the DLT Utility Interoperability Internet of Value Macro Investor. Man, that's a lot. All right, so let's jump into the point. LAC chain and quant. Listen to these particular statistics. As we know, they're going to launch that particular digital dollar sometime here in 2023. To me, it gets done long before June, because if anything, you're going to see a lot of focus for the likes of the digital pound by June. They already have what they had going on with LAC chain on the test net that happened back in April, March, something like that, and it did very well. There's really good reception and so on. Check this out. Value of transactions per year in Latin America is around 20 trillion USD. Overledger, as we know, is Quant's operating system, will facilitate trillions of transactions in Latin America. Value of payment transactions in Latin America from, listen to this, 2016 to 2019 in trillion, as in US dollars. Look at these particular characteristics, value in trillions in US dollars, so on and so forth. Not too shabby. You see, for instance, back in 2016, 17.9, goes all the way up to, for instance, 2018, you saw 27. This is posted today, but my point is, I want people to have an understanding of why this is significant, especially when it comes to the quant connection. Now, there's a little bit more in regards to this. Here we go. Shout out to who? Quant Papa, who also followed up with just this. I should say just this, quite a few things. This whole thing with LAC chain, it's a big, hot topic right now when it comes to the likes of quant. Pay attention. I'm sure you are. So it says in the last 2 or 3 days, we've gone from 7 nodes to 20. It was almost 1 year and around 6 and 7. That is something to point out. Something is definitely bubbling, and it's not with just the likes of quant. There's quite a few things that are bubbling. Hence why we put so much focus on the likes of quant, XRP, XLM, XDC, and so on, right? So it says this comes from, for instance, the dashboard of lacchain.net. I'll blow it up a little bit for you guys so you can see what's going on here. And, you see, for instance, how some of these particular nodes are highlighted. That's kind of blurry right there. I apologize. Some of the particular last block miners. Let's blow it up a little more. You see some of the particular activity. Like, for instance, you have the best block. You have, for instance, some of the other particular statistics, average gas on some of this and so on. Let's get more into it. And then, of course, you see, for instance, the quant Oracle nodes. And again, to see this jump from last year of about 6 and 7, and then boom, 20, you understand the want and need of what's going on in this whole thing with LAC chain with the Latin American digital dollar, basically. I think it's massive. And it tells me that quant is doing it, like I mentioned before, at scale that technically nobody else is doing. Latin America, the UK, and even what they're developing here in the United States for a American CBDC. We redrew those connections. But anyway, give me just a second. I want to show you guys just a little bit more in regards to this. And if you're wondering, well, is this gearing up? Shout out to this guy who is actually a person that might be even watching as we speak. He comments on the live. He, for instance, he's in the recording. So I wanted to highlight him and give him a shout out. That's awesome to see somebody who watches our show and participates. So I thought I'd give you a shout out, which is 1E Frankie. He says UK is gearing up. And how do we know that? Well, I guess that's the biggest right there. You see some of what's going on. Remember the particular quant connection to the HM Treasury, head of central bank digital currency. It just goes on and on. For instance, look at this. The post came be based in London. You see these particular dates of when all this is going to happen in regards to CBDCs. States that this is supposed to apparently be done with, right? 11:55 p.m. Tuesday, February 7th of this, in the next week or so. Policy advisor, central bank digital currency, HM Treasury. You have senior policy advisor, state on. I mean, again, the ball is really going. Like, this is true. It's gearing up. Why is this so significant? Because you can literally see the want and need for a lot of this to happen. And of course, there's the other side of it about it, where a lot of people are in fear of, like, I'm not saying necessarily that the UK's pound is collapsing, but definitely here in the United States, we have a problem. We've seen things in which people wondering, is our dollar literally going to zero? Is it going to collapse, right? But I want to point out a little bit more in regards to some of this specifically. And here it is. And that is basically a little bit about what I was talking about. Yes, this is shifting to XRP, but you're having an idea of the whole thing with crypto in general. So this is part of our particular highlight that's massive, to say the least. So yes, we are jumping into Ripple's XRP. I want to point this out real quick before we jump back into the comments. Guys, this is really, really something. We were talking about yesterday how huge, how excited I was, for instance, to see some particular countries utilize the ODL. But at the same time, look at this particular price, if you will. Shout out to Brian Dowie or whoever else asked me, hey, Max, are you aware of, for instance, this particular thing you see with, the debt, right? And I said, yes, the debt clock. So it says $95.89 to one crypto. This was just added to the debt clock. I wonder which crypto was worth $95.89, and we'll get to that particular highlight here in a bit. But listen to this. Back in 2013, you guessed it, Ripple's XRP was released in 2013. That's got to be more than a coincidence. At the same time, why it's not just a coincidence is because how you see the particular price then and how it dates back to 2013. And of course, and that's when Ripple started. It says, LOL, the price of XRP was set in 2013. Wow, please share this. This is huge. I think it's huge. I stumbled upon this. I was like, wow, this is totally newsworthy. But look at this. I'm going to blow it up. Dollar to crypto ratio now, 22.95 to 1. Dollar to crypto ratio in 2013 when Ripple's XRP started. 95.89 to 1. For all the naysayers that just like, no, nothing's happening. Ripple's not, XRP's not going to do squat. They can't get it out of their own way. Do you not understand the utility here? Do you not understand that the on-demand liquidity has not been fully utilized? It's been hardly utilized at all. But now we're starting to see it, just a little snippet, especially if you were tuned into the program yesterday. You're having a taste of the things to come. So please share this. I'm going to share this. I was going to do it earlier. I thought it'd be better just to do it on my show. Boom, here we go. Please retweet this, especially if you're a fan of Ripple's XRP, which I know most of you guys are. There's a few people who are like, it's all right. A little bit more in regards to this. Here's another picture. You see where it's at. You see, for instance, some of these other ones. But the main emphasis is that dollar to crypto ratio now, 22.95 to 1, and the one that happened back in 2013. And you may be wondering, well, that's back in 2013, and, I'm not there yet. You will be when you see what I have to share with you. When it comes to the whole library thing that recently, I'll give a shout out to Sean CryptoSmith. He did a very good job of his particular video outlining some of those particular things that happened with it, John Deaton with what he had to state. Let's get more into this. Here's the whole big giant one, right? It's going to take a while for you to see this. If you're lost on where you are on the particular picture, you see that total spending to GDP ratio. You see a lot of these particular things like the United States national debt. But if you go to the bottom right corner, a little bit above that, you do see that dollar to crypto ratio, 2013, 95.89 to 1. And that is literally the figure of Ripple's XRP then. And look at where it's at. right now in 2023. So 10 years ago. It's something else. It's worth retweeting. It's worth mentioning and showing to you guys. All right. Before we kick it back into the comments, I'm going to go a little bit over the 5 minutes, and it's okay. I need to show you guys this real quick. It says, shout out to Diggs Perspective for featuring my post on his coverage of the Central Bank of Montenegro partnership with Ripple. Yesterday, with you guys, I point out the significance when it came to what? Thailand, Australia. Now you're seeing, for instance, officially a central bank that has to do with the Central Bank of Montenegro, that particular Ripple partnership. I said, watch out for when we start seeing central banks in the European area or sectors. It's going to be something else. You're literally starting to see the start of that as we speak. This is only 2 minutes. We'll kick it back into the comments here in a brief bit. I got to share it in a way for you to hear it. But guys, I mean, if you're just tuning in, this is massive, to say the least. I was really, really impressed by this. So let's get right into it. And then, like I mentioned, we'll have some more commentary. Here we go.
Oh. Cowboy Crypto shows up again, and look what he's found. We reported on the new Ripple partner, Central Bank of Montenegro. Congratulations to them. But there's another little thing to consider about all of this. This relationship could prove to be quite impressive. Montenegro's central bank does not participate in the European system of central banks or in the ECB meetings. However, it tracks European central bank policy. One of the main proclaimed goals of the Central Bank of Montenegro is the accession of the country to the Eurozone. Now, quite possibly, this could be a giant pilot for the entire 20 member states of the EU. Quite possibly. Coming back to here. The Euro area, commonly called the Eurozone, EZ, is a currency union of 20 member states of the European Union, known as the EU, that have adopted the euro as the primary currency and sole legal tender, and have thus far fully implemented EMU policies. You know, this is very interesting here. And I'm just opening this image right here for us. The euro area, commonly called the Eurozone, is a currency union of 20 member states of the European Union that have adopted the euro as the primary currency and sole legal tender, and have thus far fully implemented the EMU policies. You can see Monaco, Vatican, there's, I believe, Montenegro right there. You know, this gets interesting when you start looking at this, because this could quite possibly be pointing to a real pilot test that could be for the euro.
Before I read this particular super chat, and by the way, thank you so much, Salamander. This could really be a true pilot test for the digital euro. Guys, think of how everything is outlined right before our eyes as we speak. I literally just showed you the whole thing that Quant's doing with their CBDC for LAC chain, right? For Latin America, for the Latin American digital dollar. We've seen what's happened, obviously, with the UK, with the, you know, the digital pound. And ironically, what's going to be in the future for the United States of America. But now you see, for instance, this whole thing that's happening for possibly having the outline of a European, you know, a euro digital, a digital euro, I should say, right? Yeah, we know that UK is no longer part of that particular, they have Brexit, right? So they're not part of that anymore. But the point is, I'm still that much more bullish on the likes of XRP, because I understand that, this whole thing with the ODL is going to be massive. It's just going to be unfreaking believable. That's why we gave you the whole outline of what you're seeing with these particular prices back in like 2013 and compare them now and so on. Some people think that we're nuts for stating that, but are we all that really crazy? I don't think so. And I think, if anything, when you guys were stating a while back that this is all planned, I'm with you. I'm very much with you because we literally see everything that's being fast tracked as we speak. It's unbelievable. All right. Want to go ahead and recognize Salamander. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. 50 likes, max, in 35 minutes, my friend. Well, that's super cool. I cannot thank you guys enough. If you guys have just joined here, if you haven't hit the like already, please hit the like. It can help us maybe get to 60. You never know. But nonetheless, I'm very thankful. Count my blessings. And glad to have you guys here tonight. Let's see where we're at before we clicked on the super chat. But thank you again, Salamander. Just kind of going up into the comments. But yeah, guys, I mean, the whole thing with, oh man, the CBDC rollouts and, you know, seeing who's connected to this. I mean, we talked about Quant first. Now we got this thing with Ripple's XRP. I mean, this is, again, why I'm so gung-ho when it comes to these top three: Quant, XRP, XLM. And we do have a little bit of information, news to share with you in regards to just that. XLM, yes, XLM. It's so hard to get news about Stellar. We have that. All right, let's go further down. Coochie Boy says under a buck. Rafael Santos holding on to his ISO coins until the end of the world. Oh, geez, it's getting kind of scary, ain't it? Mass states choose both but different percentages. Megan Richardson says thanks, Coochie Boy. And let's see here. Hey, honest. All right, let me go further down. Maybe you're not hunting bucks, are you? Yeah, that's a good question. All right. Honest Ape, like the avatar. Megan Richardson says, best crypto show out there, Max. Deserves a reward. Well, thanks. I really appreciate that. That's a kind thing to say. We try, to say the least. We put out content, and we also do live shows every day. We really try to, we're trying to get momentum, and I think if anything, the OGs of the OGs are recognizing that. So thanks to everybody, newcomers, old, I should say old timers, OGs of OGs. Whatever the case be, want to welcome every single person, I should say. Let me just double check something real quick. Don't want to pass anything. It looks like there is another super chat. So let me highlight that. Let me see. All right, let me get back to that. I think it's from Salamander again. Thank you, Salamander. Let me see. Here it is. Might be including XRP in its Twitter site. Yeah. The other day, Mike Cornwell sent me a particular tweet talking about that specifically. Let me see where originally he pulled that up. If anything, I'll probably share that with you guys. It was a while back. Let me see. It's kind of going through my phone here for a quick second. It won't take too long. But he did mention that there was the whole thing with Elon Musk and, possibly, was it from Cointelegraph? Let me see where this is at. No, that's not the particular one. I'll have to, maybe Mike, if you could do me a favor, if you still have that one about Elon Musk and Twitter and so on, in regards to what you sent me earlier on my phone, it's just that it'd be a lot easier for me to pull it up since I'm on the computer. I'd like to share that with everybody, if you don't mind. But yeah, Musk might be including XRP in his Twitter. That'd be just, that in itself would cause, I mean, if Doge is able to point with, pump with just about anything he says, can you imagine what would happen with something with real actual utility like Ripple's XRP? I think it's going to be huge. Thanks for pointing that out, Salamander. Appreciate it. Let me see where we're at right now. Let me go further up. I don't want to lose my spot. You are a buck hunter. Well, thanks for pointing that out. I had elk for the first time, just a few bites. It was about like 2 or 3 years ago. To me, it tastes a lot like beef. I really enjoyed it. Good high quality meat. I don't mind venison, but it has to have the gamey taste cooked out of it. There's of course a way to do that, but some people just don't know what they're doing. Anyway. All right. So I want to welcome me, myself, and I. Thanks for being here. Quant, my biggest bag in crypto, followed by H-Bar. Those are 2 great picks. Just recently got into H-Bar. I have had Quant for quite a while, dating back to at least last summer. Good to see you. Yeah. All right. Brandow, he says, "Sup, myself. Yeah, always good to see me, myself, and I come back. I love De La Soul. I especially like when De La Soul was on tour with Redman. Um, anyway, with that song called Ooh. I think it's called with Ooh, 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 Ooh. It's got some bad language in that, but it's all right. You know, that part is like, if you are a fat chick getting your on tonight, let me say, ooh, ooh, ooh. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Man, it's horrible. Redman, what are you doing? Anyway. Coochie Boy, $1 million question. If B Rice plans to burn 99% of the supply, wouldn't they need to buy 99% first, surely at different? I don't know. I mean, I'm not into it. I haven't taken that deep dive into B Rise as much as I probably should have by now. There's some other things I still have needed to, verify with them. But yeah, those are some good questions. Somebody needs to make a squatch coin or squath coin, something like that. Watermelon crypto sugar highs, Larry would say. Good evening, Max and CTM family. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. ODL and utilities are keen. Yes, they are. Thank you for getting the algorithm going, you guys. Appreciate that. Let me see. Crypto Smith says, that's right. The SEC now knows there is, for instance, a precedent set for secondary sales of XRP as to not being a security. Hopefully that helps them decide to settle. Yeah, that's a good point. Cash Cat states a few thousand XRP will be life-changing. Just B2B ODL is insane. Bank to bank, yeah. Add a few in Guberments. All right. So let me see if there's anything else that kind of stands out in these particular comments, like a question. You're asking Cash. My bad. It's been planned for years. Big moves. This year, XLM is another good one and underrated. Good point. Yeah, you stated that before. I did add to my particular list. I need to look more into that. Mass states, just a thought, Max. Why don't you join me on the dark side? Change your name to Max Debater. Let me see. Let me see if I can actually do something crazy like that. Well, let me do it without reconnecting. I don't know if it lets me do that. Hold on a second. Let me see. The problem is I don't know if I could do it. Where is that? There has to be a setting for it. Hold on. Oh, Mass, you diverted Maximus. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, brother? Welcome to Degenerate Crypto. This is the show that you're looking for. All right. I don't see a way that I can do it while being connected. So, that is weird. Yeah, because it'd be kind of weird to like disconnect, fix it. Oh, here it is. I see it now. Okay. Hold on a second. This is just for you, man. Max Debater. Did it take it? Let's see. Yep, there it is. You like that? That's just for you, man. I'm gonna do it all the time, but it's just for you. See, I could be a good sport. So yeah, there you go. Just for you, my friend. Look, I'll show it one more time. There it is. Take a picture of it, right? All right. Ricky Teef, where to buy XRP in the US? Nowhere. That's the answer. That's why you can't, because of the whole thing with the SEC. But if you want, this is how you can go kind of around it. Make yourself a KuCoin account, and if anything, you could buy it from there because they have less KYC in regards to that. Or yeah, you could buy XRP on Uphold. That's a very good point. All right, Cash Cat states, considering XRP basically got jacked from the bull and will be the first alt with regulatory clarity, I could guess 10 USD per coin. We have at the very minimum. All right, guys. All right, you did Twitter tag me. All right, let's get into it. Yep, I agree that KuCoin is the easiest. Thanks for the super chat, Crypto Mike. Let me see where we're at with regards to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. Thank you again. And let me see where it's at. There we go. I see it. All right. So share screen. My goodness, where is this at now? Yeah, there we go. All right. Shout out to Mike Cornwell. Here it is. It says Elon Musk Twitter working on crypto payments, files for license in the, I imagine the US. Let's jump into it. What is happening to my computer? All right. So yeah, you see some of this. This is from Crypto Panic, and the highlight here is about, yesterday when Crypto Mike sent me this. So it's just a little snippet, but it says Elon Musk Twitter working on crypto payments, files for licenses in the US. And this was from, I don't know where that was from, but it's just kind of like, it was a whole particular outline in regards to all that. Gosh dang it. Well, that is, I mean, that was the original source, but I think when I pull it up on my phone, it looked a lot better, but it mentions specifically like multiple blockchains that he'll be talking to. And would one of those be the likes of Ripple's XRP? Yeah, it could be, right? The XRPL and so on. So I said XRPL, but my point is, I could have swore that you had something else in regards to this, Mike, and that was the whole thing with CZ. Like somebody was saying, all right, so it's going to be a lot more than Binance. It's going to be a lot more than, Dogecoin. Could it very well be XRP? And that was like huge, right? Like that's like, oh my gosh, like if he went with multiple blockchains, that'd be something else. Yesterday, somebody pointed out, this is going to be big because if anything, we did, for instance, mention that there was talks about, for instance, Quant like working in the background in regards to interoperability, because they don't really care if people know that they're the ones in the background making it happen. They just want to make it happen. Again, the interoperability and so on. So if there's a little bit more in regards to this, like why it's not popping up the way I want to, let me know. I will get more into it here in a bit. I'll definitely try to take a look out for that. But thank you for that. And for all those people who just joined, thank you for joining us here tonight at Crypto Talk Now. Consider changing your avatar to something that speaks more about who you are and what you're about. If you're new, it's okay. Don't worry. We're all new at one point. Any questions and comments you have, don't feel bashful just because, you're a quote unquote noob, right? We're all noobs at one point. Feel free to drop it down into the particular comments and we'll get into it when we can. We have a very welcoming community. And can't thank you enough for being here. All right. I might have lost my particular spot in some of these particular comments, but I do want to recognize Rudy Poo. Buy any crypto cheap to swap, then use a DEX to swap for XRP. Good point. Let's see. Ricky Tafey or Tifi, welcome. Nice looking avatar. And let's see here. You can use the Zoom wallet to buy XRP using your bank card through Banksa. I saw somebody pointing that out a while back. I can't remember what I said earlier. Oh, maybe because I changed my name. Yeah. See, I'm a good sport. Love that 90s hip hop, Max. Yes. Oh, you guys might be referencing when I was doing the De La Soul. If you're a fat bitch, get in on tonight, say ooh. I remember that song. When did that song come out? Like the year 2000 or 2001, something like that. Anyway, I remember being. You want to hear something crazy? I'll tell you something crazy. I remember being at a club, and the guy actually put that on, and there was a bunch of. I mean, I'm a fat dude myself, right? I need to lose some weight, but I have not exactly been Mr. Chunky McCluskey my whole life, right? But anyway, I'll never forget it. There was like these 4 pretty heavy set women. No offense, right? Shout out to all the heavy set women out there. I sound like Charles Barkley, like making fun of the people from San Antonio. You ever notice he does that? Anyway, he was mentioned, or I'm sorry, get back. So it was like 4 really big, heavy set people. And I swear this DJ was in the back but he wasn't actually like at the turntables, and he did something to, I don't know, to make the magic work, or just kind of do an overlay or something. But out of nowhere, it went from a Nelly song of what was the popular song? I'm going down, down, baby. I forgot the name of that song. It went to that, to like that, like the rewinding, and then it went, if you are fat, get in your tonight, go, oh. And those girls, their faces just turned red as like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I felt so bad for them, actually. Anyway, weird story, happened 23 years ago. Anyway, enough of old school moments with Maximus. All right, let's get in more into it. Let's see here. Can you change now in the US? I don't know. I lost my plot on with what I was saying. I apologize. All right, Z Ali, love the avatar. Is 50 quant is wife changing? It's life changing. Yes, absolutely. Let's see here. Crypto Smith, scripting my Ethereum video as I listen to the stream. Cool. Very, very cool. See, here we go, man. It's the community interacting. All right. And is 19,500 XRP coins also going to be enough to that's horrible. Well, depending on how, I don't, your situation. I don't. Yes. My answer to that is yes, all the way. All right. Let me see where we're at, and then I'm going to get back into the news. You retag me on another two. Like, gosh, Max, you really make me work for you. All right, you don't work for me, my friend. All right, I do appreciate you for helping me out. Let me jump into that from Twitter. He tagged me a couple more times, and what is it? What do we have? All right, let's jump into that. Shout out to Crypto McDizzle, CTN sideline reporter with only 49 seconds off. So it says Wall Street silver central banks bought the most gold since 1967. Last year, World Gold Council reports central banks bought, listen to this, 1136 tons of gold in 2022. My goodness. Talking about stacking the gold. Emerging economies were main buyers. What are they preparing for? A lot of people feel as though they're preparing for a dollar collapse. And this is why a lot of people feel as though, especially the ones that are into the likes of Ripple and so on, they realize that it's the central banks stacking their gold, because the US dollar could very well collapse because it's not backed by anything since 1971. And the dollar, or our economy, I should say, has gotten further in debt. Decade after decade after decade, 30 trillion plus dollars. I used to have the exact amount for you. But nonetheless, let's see. Well, can we blow this up a little more? This comes from Reuters. Let me see if there's anybody specifically mentioning that. Like this one guy says, that seems to imply they anticipate balance of trade between countries at some point will have to be settled in gold like it used to be. Yes, I'm going to agree with that. I think a lot of people would agree with that. That used to be, as the saying goes, the standard, right? Back in many, many, many years ago, right? Over hundreds of years ago, or even for, I don't know, 600 years, maybe something like that, right? For the longest time. Funny how things come back full circle, right? They want to live like the Roman Empire times, new gold-backed CBDC system. See, some people are already recognizing what the heck is going on with this. All right, he has some more that you tagged me in. Okay, here's the other one you tagged me in. My bad. I apologize. So here's the one from 4 minutes ago from CoinMarketCap. Let's pull that up. Elon Musk's vision of Twitter 2.0 includes crypto payments. An earlier leader in the creation of PayPal, as we know, he made a ton of money on that. And then he went from that to, for instance, Tesla and so on. Tesla / SpaceX, by the way, both at the same time, half between each. Look it up for yourself. It states the Twitter and Tesla CEO has consistently pushed a vision turning the social media platform into an everything app that incorporates payments. And, I guess we need to look at this from the perspective that it's not just going to be the likes of Dogecoin. It could very well be a few different ones, right? That's pretty impressive to me. So Musk is moving ahead with plans to turn Twitter into a payments app. That's why I've been holding on to uh, my Dogecoin for the longest time. I got back into it a long time ago. And if anything, I was like, you know what? I don't want to sell all of it. So it says, while Musk wants to focus on fiat currencies like the US dollar first and foremost, crypto payments could come later, according to January 30th report, which is, isn't that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. So still pretty recent. In the Financial Times, the report adds that Twitter is applying for regulatory licenses from U.S. Treasury Department as well as state regulators throughout the country and hopes to have them in place within a year. And think about the timeline of what's happening here. I mean, in my opinion, we start getting the start of regulatory clarity sometime in March. And if you add that up with everything that's going on, yes, I'm going to mention ISO 222 on March 20th. I mean, the timing is perfect. The timing is literally perfect. The rollout with CBDCs, seeing some of this news going on. It's just, if anything, all of this is consistent with what? At least being bullish on a lot of this, right? So the report adds that Twitter is applying, like I mentioned, for these particular licenses. As most things involving Elon Musk and cryptocurrency, the article drove a quick spike in the price of Dogecoin. Yeah, but not crazy levels, right? I did see it, for instance, over 9 cents. I thought it was cool, but I mean, it wasn't like life changing, you know what I mean? So, although it fell back within a few hours, of course, because people are going to take profits. The Everything app. Let's talk about the Everything app for just a brief moment. It says the introduction of payments into the social media app is something Musk talked about for, back to May, I guess, of last year. And that is true. And at the same time, what sucked was when he went on SNL. This is one thing a lot of people will criticize him about. He got pinned in the corner. It was supposed to be a fun thing. So is it a hustle? Yeah, it's a hustle. Boom. 72 cents dropped like a freaking bomb. Way down, right? And I was glad that I got out. Maybe it was 73, 74 cents. I remember I was roughly in the 70-cent range. I think maybe it was 70 or 71. I can't remember. I was lucky on that. I'm so lucky that if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gotten to Shiba Inu and so on, but that's beyond the point. Re-explain the story. It says that month he told investors that he hoped to grow payments from 15 million businesses in 2023 to a generator of 1.3 billion in revenue by 2028. Pretty darn impressive. In his June 16th all-hands virtual meeting for Twitter employees, Musk said that he is basically, money is fundamentally digital at this point. Literally, you're seeing it right before your eyes. It would make sense to integrate payments into Twitter so it's easy to send money back and forth. And of course, there's more about this. It says, in regards to Twitter 2.0, the Everything app included features like video, encrypted direct messages, a relaunch of Blue Verified, and payments. Although instead of a mocked up screenshot, the latter was just a black space. And some of you guys saw this earlier. I know some of you guys do the whole Twitter Blue. I haven't chosen to go with that yet. I might in the future. How about this, guys? Back in April 2022, I do kind of remember a little bit about this. It says Twitter partnered with payments processor Stripe to become first client of Stripe Connect, enabling payments in USDC. And of course, when people saw that originally, they drew their own conclusion. They said to themselves, if he's doing that with Circle, then why wouldn't he legitimately? Oh, shucks, hold on. I have to swipe that down. Sorry, buddy. Basically stating if he's doing that with Circle stablecoin, why wouldn't he, for instance, go with the likes of what? Dogecoin, XRP, some of these other ones and so on. And now, of course, this is coming full circle. So thanks for sharing this, Mike. I'm going to share one more that he's basically shared with me. It is in regards to Ripple's XRP. Check this out, guys. Here's the last one from that. So this comes from Crypto News Flash. It says XRP price is in the thousands after Ripple versus SEC case is settled. Checks feature goes live in decentralized system. Hold on a second. I usually always mute my phone. I do apologize. Let me get that muted. Otherwise, you'll hear this thing going off like Grand Central Station. I'm not even playing. says XRP price is in the thousands after Ripple versus SEC case is settled. A little bit kind of like what we started off, not at the very beginning of the show, but near that. I want to point out this. It says checks feature goes live in decentralized ecosystem. This, of course, was posted on January 24th, roughly a week ago, not that long ago. But check it out for it says, with the likelihood of Ripple SEC lawsuit ending soon, users are now speculating on the future price of XRP. And on top of that, the advances in the XRP ledger and the growth of the ecosystem will add to XRP price growth. I would agree with that. But here's the thing. Let me get down. Let me try. I'm pretty good about scanning stuff real quick. But let's see here. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So observers who believe Ripple would have settled the case out of court with the regulator is unwilling to declare the XRP is non-security. As we know, the recent victory of the SEC over Library, a protocol that says it's doing the publishing of what Bitcoin does to money, has given the regulator a bigger impetus to believe it can tap a good victory over for Ripple. We'll get to that particular highlight here in a bit. I do have some information in regards to that. Ripple remains convinced that it will beat the SEC with over 3,000 amicus briefs showing the uses of XRP is limited to payment utility. Of course, there's all sorts of talk about, the future price action for XRP and so on. Talk about the realities of the potential Ripple beating SEC. I must state it. Yeah, I think it eventually happens. I don't think it's going to be, a thing in which it's going to be a victory for the SEC. Hold on just a second. One core feature just went live on XRPL is the revamped checks feature, an amendment that went live without the approval of the Ripple firm. The checks feature is not entirely new, but this new feature enables the sender to issue a check for a specified amount, while the recipient can redeem the check to receive the specified amount. So, I mean, if you look at like a traditional banking structure of how things are, I mean, heck, how about this? When you guys go to buy crypto, right? Like for me personally, yeah, we get, I think on crypto.com, it's a 3% fee if you use your debit card. But for me personally, I'm going to use my debit card. I don't want to wait, was it 3 to 5 days, if not more, for it to clear from the bank by writing a free quote unquote e-check. Forget that. So this in itself sounds pretty darn significant. But anyway, glad to have Mike share that with us. I'll get into the comments for just a brief bit. I want to kick it back into some of our particular other coverage that we have, because it is addressing the whole thing with Library. I think that's huge. Sean the Crypto Smith talked about that in his particular last video. I will give him a plug to show you what I'm talking about, because he did post about it the other day. Here it is. Crypto Smith. It's a really good video he did in regards to the Library token. Gets a small win, but if anything, it's XRP clarity, like it says right here. I'm going to show you guys that right now. Here it is. Check out this particular video. Yeah, and he goes into detail. It's only 6 minutes and 30 seconds, but I mean, it does a very good job of explaining the significance about that. I originally was thinking about like watching the whole entire John Deaton interview. It's like over 1 hour. I was going to try to pick out key highlights. I'll tell you this much: Sean already does it for you. He really gets right to the point, to the gist. Check out that particular video, because it'll give you a broader perspective of why that's significant. It's the saying goes, doesn't matter if it's just crypto, right? You've heard this particular statement, and that is, you may have won the battle, but you have lost the war, right? Well, in this case, how about this? They may have won or lost that particular battle, but if anything, we're gonna win the war. So, if you want to look at it from that perspective, I think if anything, this highlights that perspective. So shout out to Crypto Smith, Sean, for coming out with that particular video. He does a really good job with that outline. And if anything, let's get more back into what we were talking about earlier. How about this? Sean Reynolds, do you see retracement happening with the real bull run in 2024 after the Bitcoin happening? I'm stating this. I mean, I'm really looking at what's going to happen, for instance, tomorrow. But I've done 5 videos in regards to the 2023 boom cycle, bull run thesis, and so on. I think there's a lot of money that we can make in 2023. I have data to back that up. Yeah, most of it comes from investor placement, but they've been right like 9 times out of 10, while everybody else was just having emotions. Not you guys specifically, but I'm just saying in general. So I think if anything, there's money to be made in 2023, 2024, and going further out. But yeah, of course, 2024 is going to be a big, massive year because a lot of people are feeling as though it's not just bull run time. That's where all-time highs. That's where really people are paying close attention to, and so on. I think if anything, we're in an accumulation phase as we speak. But nonetheless, I'm going to base a lot of things, just like you guys are, on what's going to happen with Powell coming out tomorrow. I'm going with 25 basis points, and we'll see where that goes. There's a lot of hints that could be the case, but you never know what he's going to state. I mean, are we going to keep having, for instance, oh man, different news because we continuously want to fight inflation. I did a few videos basically showing how it looks like inflation is getting squashed. Literally, if you look at the months, there's enough evidence to show that. But nonetheless, we got to hear from them. So I like the question. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Let me see. I'm not trying to skip a bunch of people's comments. I'll read this one real quick. Believe it or not, most people, they don't even know what crypto is. I'm so unsure when I see most people, they don't have interest in crypto, or they'll say, man, crypto is just fake. Yeah, that's the whole thing. My thing is, when you see the narrative of people basically stating, mainstream media, right? Stating, they point out all the bad stuff, right? And then I will state this: when everything is all-time highs, then they point out the good stuff, but they never do what's the consistent thing they never do? They never point out the utility of specific projects ever. They just report, hey, this thing crashed. Hey, this thing is at all-time highs, and we should have got into crypto. It's like, come on, please. You know what they should be stating? You should have done more of your own research instead of saying, oh, if only I would have gotten to Bitcoin back in 2010. In the future, oh, if I only would have gotten to quant in 2022. Yeah, exactly. And there's still time, even here in 2023. All right. I'm going to highlight a particular spot. And let's go ahead and kick it back into our particular coverage. I know it took a while, but that's okay. So let's see where we're at. We talked about, for instance, what quant had going on, a little bit of XRP. I want to get to this particular part in regards to library, since we were just talking about it. It is significant. And again, shout out to Sean, the Crypto Smith, who covered this in his recent video. So look at this, guys. We were talking a lot about Ripple's XRP and so on, but look at this. It is in regards to back to the topic of library. So if library is up 111%, not currently, just hear me out. Like last I saw is like 30%. We'll check that in a bit. That's not the point. But here's the scenario. If library is up 111%, and if you're just tuning in, this is good. What is XRP going to do once the judge says not a security? That's the way I look at it. That gets me hyped up. That gets me going like nothing else. Because, I mean, come on. Library's not even, no offense to library, but they're not even going to drop in the bucket. No pun intended when you talk about on-demand liquidity, right? They're not even a drop in the bucket compared to Ripple's XRP, right? So what is XRP going to do once the judge says not a security? Only right answers below, like it says. But I mean, come on, we saw a little bit of this, and that is something to get excited about, right? Here's why. All right, so when that guy posted that, I guess apparently this was up over 100%. But guys, come on, man. After that whole thing came out about library, I need to add this to my particular favorites just so I can follow it. You saw explosive volume, right? 371%. According to this particular person, I have to verify this. I don't know. Maybe you guys can verify it for me. It was up over 111%. Currently speaking, it's up 31%. And, a lot of people, of course, feel as though because everything that happened to library, like the thing's going to go to zero and, they're going to do bankruptcy and so on. But the point is, it was a big win and the market is responding to it. People are responding to, for instance, what you saw with what John Deaton mentioned and so on. It's a small victory, but in the end, we all know it's going to be a huge win for the likes of Ripple. That is the main point I want to have outlined here. And of course, again, Sean does a really good job of breaking that down specifically. But I mean, man, when people talk about these insane price levels, the insane market caps for the likes of XRP, I want to remind people, and I'm going to go back to this right here, and that is, XRP is ranked six in market cap with all the crap that's happened. And not to mention, look at how well it held its value through all, or I should say not all, but most of 2022, and even today. You name all the other particular altcoins. I mean, come on, guys. How about this? Polkadot. Let's compare this real quick. I'm not bashing Polkadot. I'm just trying to give you guys an example here. So, for instance, here's Ripple's XRP. And if anything, let's do year to date, right? So, for instance, it's just kind of, I don't know, held its value. And if anything, it's gone up. Actually, it has gone significantly up. All right, let's look at year to date on some of the other ones that people were like really all gung-ho about last year with, likes of Polkadot and so on. Don't get me wrong. I still think there's opportunity with Polkadot. I think it's a decent layer zero, to each his own. Let's do year to date on this particular one. And we could do this all day long with some other ones, right? Oh, maybe I should, this, of course, was a lot higher, is my point. But, I mean, 53 kind of went steadily down. My point is, when you look at, for instance, the likes of XRP, it's this kind, from that perspective, my bad, it kind of looks like it's the similar thing. But if you zoom out on a lot of these, I did this the other day. I should have had a more broader outline for you. I do apologize. But go to, for instance, maybe a little bit longer than year to date. Polkadot, I think it's Avalanche. There's a few others. They have lost significant value. My point is, even though, some people are like, well, why would you compare that? Some of these other projects went from, all-time highs, $150 and so on, and then down to where that, yeah, that's exactly my point. But what's consistent with Ripple's is it's had a steady line of support with all the FUD and crap that's happened to them, and for them to still be ranked in the top 10, was it ranked 6? Yeah, the only thing that outranks it, technically speaking, if you don't want to count stable coins. So let's look at, USDC. Let's look at Tether. The only thing that outranks it, technically speaking, is Binance. So Binance, then if you're not counting stable coins, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So technically speaking, it'd be number 1, Bitcoin, number 2, Ethereum, 3 would be Binance, and then number 4 would be XRP. If anything, once we get regulatory clarity, an SEC loss or Ripple win, you're going to see incredible market caps for the likes of Ripple's XRP, to say the least. All right, let's get a little bit more into our particular coverage. I kind of went on a tangent with that, but I just want people to understand, it's just there's a difference between projects that had all-time highs and just tanked, and then again, Ripple's XRP that literally had a nice solid store of value, if you will, through all the crypto winter BS. So let's jump into this. Let's talk about price prediction. Yeah, I know we're just on the topic of, for instance, XRP in regards to price. Now we got a little bit more on this. I wish I could turn this up more. There's certain areas where the volume will get a little bit better. It's the way the guy recorded this. I try to find another one from the original source, but this is good. This is juicy stuff, to say the least. So it says, interesting way to go about seeing where XRP will be as an example. We gave you some examples earlier about, the price back in, 2013 with the debt clock and so on. Let's pound it home a little bit more with these crazy prices, because I literally have people coming at me sometimes, even in DMs, bro, you're nuts. It's damaging to your channel. Come up with some of these particular price predictions. Oh, okay. Thank you. I guess I'm supposed to bow down to cancel culture and not have freedom of thought. Yeah, I'm good. All right. So look, it says what you see right here, XRP price prediction. This guy does a particular calculator. I don't know. Some people can bust out calculators. This one is really unique. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I do apologize about the volume. There's nothing I can do about it, but the point is what you're going to see. If anything, try to block out some of the other noise in the background. I understand, a lot of us got kids and stuff like that, but if anything, I thought it was significant. Glad to share it with you guys. Let's jump right into it, and then we'll come back for some post commentary. Here we go.
And they're going through it every 3.8 seconds. So, I mean, I don't know how much is going through on each one of these without actually inspecting it, but the average transaction fee, which is how much XRP is being burned, is what I'm interested in, right? And as you can see, it's changing all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that value and I'm going to enter it into this. So what I'm saying here is this is the current XRP price. This is the average transaction price. So I'm going to enter what I can see on my screen now, which is 0. Apologies. 0.005701. And as you can see, it's giving me a total cost per transaction, which is less than 1 cent. And this is how many transactions I can do per XRP. And this is telling me how much XRP is if I times that by that, and that's how much I get as a price. Now, let's predict using the same logic. Let's put the price of a transaction to 1 cent. Now XRP is worth £17.54. Let's put this down to 50 cents. It's now worth 877. Now let's do the ultimate $1. It's now worth $1,754. Now, that was using the burn rate of an XRP per transaction. And like I said, these values change. As I put in there's 3 zeros. It's changed to now 2 zeros. Going back to that, 3 zeros. It's a good way of looking at this, and let's face it, XRP is not going to make a lot of money. Sorry, Ripple's not going to make a lot of money if they're charging less than 1 cent per transaction. I mean, like I said, Swift charges £5.50 for 1,250 to be sent to Australia. 1 cent made it £17. Do the maths, guys, but it's definitely worth more than 41p, right?
So what do you guys think of that? You guys think he's on point, far off, or as the saying goes, a guess is just a guess? We all have different opinions. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Thought it was kind of interesting, to say the least. I'm going to kick it back into the comments. And let's see what we have. We have, for instance, Rand says Uphold Exchange is good. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that particular exchange. I haven't heard anything bad about it. Avarex Deep. I like the brand of Avarex. It's a very popular New York East Coast brand. Shout out to DMX and Nas in the movie Belly. He used to wear that particular brand. Anyway, is 100,000 XDC enough to dump American wife and move to Colombia? My goodness. And it looks like, oh, look at this, guys. He's got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And for instance, we also have, I remember he had, like, the guy used to follow him. I forgot the guy's name. It's been a long time. I used to know all the names. I would say it's enough. It's more than I have. But yeah, that's a decent holding. I mean, it's not quite XDC Commander holding of Salamander, but it's yeah. Once it gets to where you need it to be, I mean, I know Rich of Common Sense Crypto's got this thing up over $80, so let's just say it was half of that. I mean, that's a lot. So yeah, I would definitely go with stating that is wife-changing money. I mean, come on. I mean, that's basically, what, $4 million is just an XDC if you hold on to it long enough. But yeah, thanks for that. Let's go further down. By the way, welcome. Like your custom avatars. Pretty cool. Guys, let's welcome Avarex Deep. Mass states people will buy most of these tokens like XRP when they are at least $100 per coin. Yeah, they will. That's when the retail FOMO comes in. But here's the thing that stands out with XRP. Do we get retail FOMO? Because if anything, in the future, it's supposed to be even that much more rare or harder to get because they're not going to be even with the SEC win, it's not, focused on retail. So I guess if anything, that makes it more rare, more scarce. Maybe that will help out with, price on the upside, right? It'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with that. Salamander, Avery's Deep, with that much XTC, you can get 2 Ys in Colombia. Yeah, that's a good point. Colombia with an O, but I'm not going to be a grammar Nazi. I hate when people do it to me. It's just insane. It's like, come on, who cares? All right, Everett Deep says 99% of people are sleeping on crypto. Yeah, I agree. Brian Alley, Mass, for sure they won't buy because it's like 40 cents, but $100 all in, LOL, like someone we know. Wow. All right. That's funny, but anyway. Crypto Channel is back. Welcome back. Jim Cramer said we are in a bull market. Does this mean a big dump is coming? Not necessary. Even I myself think that there's enough evidence to support the bull run thesis. Heck, I did it 5 times. But I'm based on a lot of things, where it could go. I mean, black swan events could happen in, a bull run or a bear market. But yes, I'm waiting for the announcement tomorrow, see what happens. And I'll base a lot on, do I wait longer to buy or whatever the case be, see what happens with that. But welcome back, Crypto Channel. Appreciate it. McDizzle states, I never knew what library was, but every crypto person is waiting on XRP. Yeah, I didn't know what it was either, but I did follow it because it was significant, because if anything, it was just, a small crypto project, if you will, that was picked on by the big bully of the SEC. But if you're going to have consistency, right, then if anything, I like what John Deaton mentioned, because it did outline some of the flaws of the inconsistencies of the SEC, and that's big for the Ripple versus SEC case. And if anything, we'll see how that goes. All right. Yeah, I know you like Uphold and also KuCoin. All right, a XRP win is day 1 of utility run, something crypto has never seen. That is a great point. That's why we point out some of these particular ones about the utility run. My opinion, it's definitely the likes of Quant XRP, XLM, and even XDC. And the reason why I throw XDC into there is because of the trade sector, if you will. I think they definitely stand out with that. More and more businesses and let's face it, institutions are becoming more savvy of the likes of XDC. And I just think in the future, I mean, unless Ethereum can completely turn it around, why would you want to build on that old, outdated, blockchain, right? And I get the whole thing of, going from proof of work to proof of stake and, some of these unofficial labels of ETH 2.0, whatever you want to call it. It's still a problem over there, to say the least. I mean, if I'm going to be paying for, I guess, a particular dog crap coin on Ethereum, and I have to still stay up to like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, just for I don't get hit with big ETH gas fees, then does it really matter all that much? No. There's alternative blockchains that do a lot better, like XDCs, Infin's XDC. Anyway, let's go further down. I want to read this. Cash Cat states, Jim Cramer and Jamie Dimon will be buying XRP at $100. Could very well be the case. Crypto Channel, I think we get a dip when Jerome talks. I agree with that. Then more sideways action until something bullish happens. Will Houchins, ALBT is about to have that bullish cross on the daily chart. You might see some fireworks. 0.50 crossing the 200 very soon. All right. And I said that literally yesterday. I don't know what he's going to do with that, but that's all right. Abdi Mac is back. Welcome back, Abdi. Yes, lads. Have you already discussed the Fed meeting? A little bit. We'll definitely be discussing it quite a bit tomorrow, right? I don't know. Maybe, hey, Larry, if you're still listening, I remember a while back you used to do this whole thing of like a live stream with the whole thing with the old man coming out of the cave. I think last time, right, guys, if I'm not mistaken, he had Maria as a guest in regards to that, but we'll have to see how that goes. He might have other plans. That's all right. All right. Brian Daly states the lawsuit has taken over 2 years, waiting for the right time to end it. Yeah, and every time I see something about like, there's these particular things about like a deep dive into the emails and all this, I'm just literally to the point where, come on, let's just get this thing done with. Either settlement or just a win period for, Ripple. I used to pay super close attention. I mean, don't get me wrong, if there was like some kind of amazing thing, but I also get that, there's content creators, like their whole channel is built on it, and, rightfully so. Whatever works for other content creators, they got to do what they got to do. But I'm literally just like, come on, let's just see this thing end. Ripple victory. And, let's have be a big win for crypto. Anyway, March/April ISO. Yeah, I don't think it gets delayed again. Does anybody else think it's going to get delayed again? That would suck. But some people maybe want it to be delayed again. I don't know. I do realize some people are like, no, Max, that's good because we can just keep accumulating. But I mean, come on. At some point, we want to see this thing just take off, right? All right. Crypto Smith states, all of us are just guessing about the future. I don't have a problem with price prediction as long as you say it's only a guess. Yeah, I actually read that one earlier in my head, but I didn't highlight it. Baktron, which token will reach $5 first? ALBT, LCX, or ABT? Haven't done a deep dive on ABT yet, so I can't really state what's going to happen with that. The heck is that thing? But anyway, I don't know. Let's see. That is a good question. I mean, it's like almost asking me like earlier if I could only go with one, ALBT or LCX. I mean, it's like a tie. I mean, I don't have LCX yet. I do have ALBT, but I believe in both of them just as equal. I don't know. Anyway, Cash Cats, XRP was going to overtake ETH before the lawsuit. They also say ETH will one day overtake Bitcoin. XRP will be the #1 crypto one day, sooner than we can imagine. I think it will be too. Everybody thinks that, I should say everybody, there's a lot of people who state that's never going to happen. Bitcoin is literally never going to be an altcoin. I mean, all it takes is to go to #2 and it becomes an altcoin. I mean, literally. I know that sounds nuts. Anyway. All right, let's see where we're at. Crypto McDizzle, but Quant will have a way higher price. Yes, that's a very good point if it isn't #1. Brian Dowie also states, how many non-disclosure agreements have been signed from companies worldwide? When the case ends, you will see tons of American companies on board. Man, man, maybe somebody chop that up, put it on crypto Twitter, and retweet it, because that is very, very true. I love how you explain that. I know he's not in the comments. That's something I would expect from like Mentellect, but you good intellect from YouTube, Brian. Let's chop it. Let's get it out there. That's true, because it'd be nice to go back to your statement in the future, and I think that ends up becoming the case. I think that's going to happen. I think you're spot on with that, Brian. I think you're absolutely spot on with that. Tim Shea, Bach, they are all at different prices now. $5 means different things for each one. My guess would be ALBT. I see ALBT going to 5 and 10. Yeah, that's a good point. Brad G said Bank of America said they will use Ripple for ODL. Going to be huge. Yeah, it is. And then I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was also today. Maybe it's both. Crypto McDizzle sent me this thing about, for instance, Bank of America dating back to 2019 with that particular thing with Ripple. But I have been fully aware of, for instance, what Bank of America has with Ripple in regards to, as soon as they win the SEC lawsuit, it becomes a win for Ripple. Boom, they're going to utilize the on-demand liquidity. But you guys got to look at it from the perspective of, the central banks of Europe and so on. That doesn't affect them. What is stand out is what's going to happen in, I was going to say October. I don't know. I was going to say October. what's going to happen in March 20th, for instance. That's the start of it. I think everything does get wrapped up by November 2025 when it comes to this whole ISO 222 thing. What's with ditching all the Ys? I don't know. Some people are not happy with their Ys, I guess. Ys for what? Keep your loot. Well, welcome, Blackwood. Interesting avatar you got there. I haven't seen you before. I'd like to welcome you. Guys, let's welcome Blackwood. If you have never been here before, yeah, I'd just like to welcome you. You know, any questions, comments you have, we have a very welcoming community, and thanks for being here. All right, let's see here. Gonna go further down. Let's see if any got any particular comments. Well, I saw that Menelect is in the house. He didn't. Maybe said hello earlier. But I'll just state this. Hello. Is it Mentelect you're looking for? Lionel Richie. It's like a freaking. The show cannot happen right if we don't do that. It's just tradition at this point. Bactron states, but ABT Max supply. Okay. All right. Let me see where we're at. I might stream the old man if people want to take a nap. That's a good point. Yeah, you won't have the YouTube algorithm, or people won't be in the algorithm nonstop. Maybe they will. I don't know. Will Houchins formed a W and breaking down trend. All right. Marie and I will be doing a show at 3 p.m. Eastern Thursday. Oh, okay. Mentelect, the lawsuit will be delayed most likely. And let's see here. Salamander, I think XRP does not want to settle until SEC states non-security. All right. Lots and lots of comments. I will kick it back into the news, but I do want to highlight this particular super chat. Thank you again, Salamander. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and XRP is $25? Yeah, I could definitely imagine it. But can you also imagine I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to, let's face it, they're going to take profits. It's a given. What's more impressive is the ones who choose to still stay the course because they realize, you know, how massive it was to go from, you know, these prices of 41, 45 cents and so on to the huge jump to 25. And then after that, the jump to 100. And 1,000, 10,000, so on. But yes, absolutely, there's going to be a huge wave of people who are going to take their profits, and that's a good point. But thank you so much, Salamander, for the $2 super chat and all the other super chats you dropped earlier. I want to welcome Cody Core, says Max. Thank you so much for being here, Cody Core. Blackwood states, unfortunately, the U.S. will take false credit for the innovation of crypto. However, the Ponzi way things have always been done, won't work in Web3. All right, thanks for sharing that. You say XTC to 25. I haven't seen that high, man. Really? The highest I ever seen was 80 some odd dollars from Richard Common Sense Crypto. So let's screenshot that, see how well that ages in the future. I mean, I'm totally cool with that. Who wouldn't be? But how far out, Cody? How far out? 2030, 2040? Is the world even around by then? I don't know. You got to let me know. You can't say next year, though, man. I mean, I love you, buddy, but, come on, man. Can't be next year. But, you're welcome to have your freedom of thought in that regard. All right, so Cashcast states, I imagine things like that all the time, Salamander. Crypto McDizzle, the lawsuit is staged for institutional release all at once and not leave people behind that need to be online. A world won't run without payments for businesses, etc. Yeah, not right away. Nice. Yeah, 2030. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and highlight that. Let's kick it back into our particular coverage that we have for you guys because we do still have quite a bit. We are an hour and 39 minutes into the program. Let me jump into this specifically, and that is what the Hyperledger fabric is all about. Hold on a second. Let me get into it just a second. Hold on. We got some background noise. Just a second. All right. Yeah, I still have the name on the bottom left. All right. So I'm going to rewind this particular clip, and we're going to get right into it. It's in regards to Hyperledger Fabric. And here we go. All right. So shout out to Mr. Man, who is a new person that we, I don't know, kind of sharing his stuff. I'll go ahead and follow him. It says, what is Hyperledger Fabric and who does it partner with? Well, some of us already know this, but I thought it was explained pretty well. And to get it all done in a minute 20, not too bad, right? So if anything, cut it, plaster it, boil it, mash it, stick it in stew, right? Here we go.
So some background. The Hyperledger Foundation builds blockchain software, not blockchains. So we provide a community for open development around blockchain. We do not run blockchains as part of Hyperledger. We don't run tokens or anything like that. And actual blockchains implementations are out of scope of the Hyperledger Foundation. We have a global team of developers, and we're always transparent as possible. There's no pay to play for technical participation in Hyperledger. And here are just some numbers on Hyperledger. As you can see, these are from last year. I don't have the up-to-date numbers for this year, but we have quite a few contributions and quite a few companies contributing to Hyperledger. Another slide briefly on momentum. I don't think I need to go through everything here, but you can take a quick glance to see how many people are involved in the broader Hyperledger community. So one thing I want to mention and go over today is what's the core of blockchain? Well, the core of blockchain is decentralized trust. And, Edmund I'm sure will certainly get into this.
All right. So he gets obviously in full detail and so on, but, I like some of the things he mentioned about Hyperledger Fabric. A lot of times we just kind of mention it blasé, but we never really talk about it in more further detail. He did a good job explaining basically what it is and so on in about, a minute, 20 seconds. So that's why I thought I'd share it with you guys. We got more coverage for you guys, of course. And if anything, I want to get into this next particular part, because if anything, this is really stand out. So we're going to probably clip this. This is really good stuff. And I'm going to share this right now. If you're just tuning in, this might be the magic moment for you. Look at this, guys. This is something else. So financial sector is developing an FSD in Africa, right? Private DLT for inter-organization cross-border settlement. Wow. Ripple and Stellar, again, can't stop because they won't stop, baby. Anyway, fund transfer model based on private distributed ledger technologies. What is this all about, Max? Where are you going with this? Well, look at this. It states specifically in this particular report, which is from the FSD Africa report, in regards to specifically clearing settlement. I don't want to read all this. I want to get to some of these particular highlights. Why does it matter to me, you, and other people, especially the ones that hold both of these, right? So it states specifically that if you're wondering what this approach is about, the use of private DLTs for inter-organizational transaction management could be the beneficial for clearing and settlement services in these economies. Listen to this. As it may help financial institutions to operate more efficiently and effectively in a limited trust environment, private distributed ledgers could form the basis of efficient, cost-effective, I'm already immediately thinking of the likes of both of these, right? Stellar and a Ripple, clearing and settlement services for banks. Automatically Ripple, right? Mobile money operators, microfinance institutions, and even other financial service providers through the use of what? Decentralized DLT-based settlement systems. There's a little bit more in regards to this. Listen to this. If you're wondering what's the approach, Max, get right to the point. Well, here it is. This approach is different from other cryptocurrency-based solutions. Because it does not focus on the uses of any virtual currency that has an exchange rate against other currencies. And remember, we pointed this out when it came to Stellar. We gave you, for instance, a particular outline about a specific project, right? It was basically a case study, right, of that particular Nigerian organization that takes the Naira and, for instance, they switch it out to stellar lumens, and they're able to still hold the value. Look at what's also being reiterated here, right? That this approach is different from other cryptocurrency-based solutions because it does not focus on the uses of any virtual currency that has an exchange rate against, like I just mentioned, other currencies. Instead, DLT-based clearing and settlement is a platform that provides for an exchange of national fiat. The magic moment here. Money in a new form. Now, here's the kicker. There have been notable initiatives in this space by who? Stellar and Ripple, and even Level, like I said, Level 1 project. There are two key categories of private DLT applications. Listen to this: in interorganizational clearing and settlement, international, cross-border, and domestic. And when we jump down to this particular figure, you do see where it mentions about DLTs, the single point of failure and corruption, for instance, that exists in, I hate to say it, multiple African countries, right? But what's interesting is you're going to see, for instance, that there is a particular relation in regards to reconciliation and dispute resolutions when it comes to the problems that are magnified in just what the organizations in question that are based in different countries. And of course, this is where Ripple and even Stellar comes in. Why? Because the ultimate goal is going to be this model to provide interoperable financial instruments and connected markets. Think of how many times Stellar has stated about connected markets. It is clear that private DLT offers significant opportunities in this space. Yeah, to say the least. Now, if you're wondering why did I mention Level 1 project, well, I'm not exactly a big fan of Bill Gates as a person. I understand his background. I don't want to get into some of the controversial stuff. But guess who's part of the Level 1 project? It is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, I think this is crucial because, if anything, you're having a broader perspective that this is not just going to be a cross-border clearing and settlement service, if you will, for just specific one-time use cases, for instance, the country of Nigeria and so on. You're seeing it happen on the retail side for specific areas, like, you know, their third world countries. Again, we drew that connection to the likes of Stellar, being able to not have a bank account and be able to, for instance, have a sense of value to, you know, people call it swap. It's a little bit more different from that. From the likes of the Nigerian Naira to, for instance, keeping that value of the Naira, but getting stellar lumens, for instance. And then on top of that, when you see, for instance, the bank to bank, of course, as we know, that's Ripple. But guys, this covers quite a vast arrangement of different countries in the African sector. This is 2 days in a row now that we have outlined the significance in regards to just that. What is happening in these particular sectors. First, we talked about, for instance, with Ripple, you know, for instance, the whole thing with Thailand, and then on top of that, Australia. And then earlier in the show, we talked about specifically, I don't think it was Montenegro, right? And then now you have this. I mean, I know, you know, Stellar stands out in this particular use case, this example, but what really, really stands out, if anything, is definitely XRP. Because, I mean, it's now you're starting to see the whole thing of this being blanketed across not just specific countries. You're seeing this being blanketed across an entire continent. I'm really excited about this because I understand that I think we're on limited time when it comes to these particular prices for these specific cryptos. This is why we put so much emphasis on these specific top three, and my top three, I should say. I don't know. You may have other top threes. My top three has been consistently Quant, XRP, XLM, and my number four is XDC, and that does not discount XDC in any way. I think XDC at these particular price levels is still incredibly undervalued. I need to get into Casper. I know it's a different story, but I'm looking at Casper and XDC very closely. I do need to DCA into XDC again, but I need to DCA a little bit more into Stellar. I'm not quite satisfied with what I have with Stellar, and I'm still not satisfied with what I have with XRP. But even if I didn't get more XRP in the long run, I'm still more than fine. A lot of us are, but guys, this keeps making headlines, or I should say community headlines. It's really, really interesting to see what's going on with this. Here's another particular figure. It says private distributed ledgers, public distributed ledgers, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I mean, it's just kind of a weird example, but when they say, they can't stop because they won't stop, they are not stopping. The rest of the world is going to be utilizing some of this utility. Yes, when it comes to the likes of Ripple and so on, I mean, we don't need to have tunnel vision because, like I mentioned before, I mean, the rest of the world is going to be utilizing their technologies. That's the key thing, understanding what blockchain technology is all about and understanding that what happens in the United States with the SEC does not matter to the likes of Montenegro or matter to the likes of Thailand or Australia, so on and so forth, right? All right, one last part in regards to this. I want to state this. And it says, for instance, in general, applications of DLT can be categorized into value transfer applications, data registry, proof of existence. Think about that, proof of existence. Applications and smart contracts. The key applications and payments include what? International payments and remittances, micropayments, settlements between financial service organizations, including banks, mobile monetary operations, and MFIs, digital currencies, domestic payments, hence the Stellar connection, right? Internet of Things payments and identity management, hence KYC and so on. It's important to note that contrary to perceptions, DLT in general has great potential to do what? Enhance KYC and AML procedures. Set against these should be the principal concerns around the use of DLT, which is basically this: regulatory recognition and framing. Think about what we're going to see here when we get regulatory clarity here soon. This is an outline of how you appease the likes of those folks. So you have, for instance, on top of this, you have a wide variety, I should say, of design choices around each layer of the DLT architecture, which enables a vast number of possible applications, each with distinctive characteristics. However, the two types of architectural design are of the most relevance for fund transfers in emerging markets, public distributed ledgers. This is Bitcoin in particular. And I want to point something out in regards to Bitcoin. I'm going to go with what some of these other guys are stating, and it's true. Can you give me any particular example, or can you name a single central bank of the world who's like, oh yeah, by the way, guess what? We realize what's going to happen with ISO 222. So as a result, we are deciding to go all in with Bitcoin as a payment solution. What a crock. That doesn't exist. You want to talk about fake news? That would be fake news. Why is that? Because it's old, outdated technology. It's not doing it at all. It's not, the technology is not there. Maybe originally, if you look more into the Satoshi white paper, the vision was to be like the ultimate payment solution. But if you really look at the core of, for instance, like Ripple's XRP and so on, it makes more sense that the vision of what has been executed with Ripple is just that, from what you saw from the original Satoshi white paper. And if anything, draw your connections. You have, for instance, David Schwartz. He actually did some work on Bitcoin in the past. Wow, that's something in itself. Is this why some people say that Satoshi Nakamoto is not just one person? It's like a body of people? I don't know. But I do draw my connections. Now, to me, it makes sense why this consistently gets brought to our attention. It's not that, I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't go to 100,000. or higher in the future. I'm just looking at it from the perspective that if I'm going to take, for instance, I'm not saying for you to do this, this is just me personally. If it was just $1,000, am I really going to throw $1,000 into Bitcoin? No. I want to get a lot more return on my investment by going with some of these particular altcoins, the ones with real world utility. And it consistently shows me that if I want to get that generational wealth, I have to go with the likes of Ripple and Stellar, and obviously Quant and some of these other particular ones, right? XDC. I'm going to kick it back into the comments. We do have a little bit more coverage for you guys here tonight. And it is the next one that's up is going to be XDC. There was a big update in regards to that. We have a little bit of ALBT news for you, a little bit of Hedera, LCX, and that would be the ones that would wrap up the rest of the show. Let's see who else we have in the comments. West states, when do you think the bull run begins? I think it's really dependent on what is mentioned tomorrow. But I think 2023 could still be a very, very big year for crypto. If I get the news that I'm looking hopefully to get, then if anything, I'm looking at like 500 plus gains by the end of the year for 2023 for a lot of these particular ones. The utility run that will drive, the full bull run, if you will. There's never been a utility run in crypto before yet. Key thing here, yet. And I'm really, really excited because if anything, I know what I've researched. And a lot of you guys know that what you've researched and so on. And that is the key thing. Know what you've researched, know what you hold, know why you hold it, and stay the course. You made it this far. We're so much more closer to getting to the goals that we need to basically be at. And even if this thing dragged out a couple more years and so on, come on. Really? Like I mentioned before, if you bought into the whole idea of a 401k in the past and you were willing to wait that long to plan out your retirement, you can't wait until the year late 2025 to basically have life, or some people would say life-changing money. That's just the way I look at it. But thank you for the question, Wes. Wes, I did see a comment. I subscribed to your particular channel. Maybe we'll come to that. But you have great music, for real. I love your music. And there's another guy here. Shout out to Michael Montclair. He has great music as well. You guys maybe should do like a collaboration or something. But I was listening to some of your music on your channel. You actually, I legitimately like it. I like a lot of like hip hop style. I know it's not that necessarily that type of music, but it has a nice. It's catchy. I have to admit, I really liked it. I listened to like some of that, and I subscribed. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep it up. Tim Shea, yes. Wes, we need a bullish macro event to start it. Okay. Bactron, when will Jasmine reach $1? Will it ever, considering it's Japanese Bitcoin? I will state this. I don't know when it will reach $1 because obviously I'm not a fortune teller, but I do want to state this much. What is the magic moment, if you will? Like all these ones got something that is really like, wow. Makes you, like open your eyes. Like when Mike Cornwell sent me a few things about Casper the other day, I was like, wow. Some of the things he sent me earlier today, I was just like, there's always something. It's just like, the magic moment. For me, what happened recently when it came to Jasmine, this whole thing about the stable coins, releasing that ban, because when you have a new wave of volume, especially that native country of Japan, like actual Japanese people being able to buy Jasmine through particular US-based stable coins, USDT, Tether, USDC, Circle, and so on. It's those pairings are crucial. At the end of the day, I mean, if you can't pay, like if there's something out there that people want to buy, but they can't pay for it, I mean, I kind of look at it from the perspective of I'm going to, like, I don't know, like a Walmart or something. It's a lot different now, but I see a 22 rifle or something like that, and it's behind the glass and it's behind the cage, and I say, hey, I would like to buy that, and they're like, well, you can't right now. Well, why can't I buy that? Well, there's this crazy thing that happened. Nobody can buy anything right now. What about my rights? Well, sorry, you can't do that right now. It's there in front of me. I want to buy it. I know it sounds like a crazy way to explain it. But am I too far off? I mean, if you have this thing with crypto where you have pairing, that's why pairings are so important. There's all sorts of pairings, right? Like you go to KuCoin, they'll have, for instance, quant / BTC pairing. I can imagine using my Bitcoin to, pay for, quant. But I mean, I guess in reality, if somebody just had like a portion of their Bitcoin and they just were like, you know what, I do actually want to swap this and use this to pay for, the likes of quant, I'm sure that actually goes on. That will label a certain amount of volume that happens with that. Well, imagine taking that out of the equation completely, right? So you don't have those two particular pairings, and there might be other pairings that I'm not even mentioning, right? But that's what I'm talking about, that volume that happens there. So I think something big is going to happen by June, and they have mentioned, the lifting the ban. Whether we see crazy price action or not is beyond the point. The point is it will release, kind of like what we talk about, to a sense, apples and oranges to a little bit here. Just hear me out. So with Ripple's on-demand liquidity, it hasn't been turned on yet. But in reality, when it comes to Jasmy, it's kind of like a blockade, if you will. You can't pay for such and such item, as in Jasmy. Maybe you can. I mean, obviously, people outside Japan can. But I'm just looking at like it's a very positive thing for Jasmy itself, because now you allow the native people of that country to be able to use these particular pairings, and that in itself could drive price up significantly. If anything, I mean, it's at zero right now. I'm not saying the price of Jasmy is zero, but I'm talking about the utility of using these pairings are at zero. And then once, it's literally a green light being turned on. So there's going to be a massive wave of, excuse me, a massive wave of just that. Like, word will get around. Yeah, I'll go ahead and state it for the record right now. I think you see crazy amounts of volume, like maybe thousands and thousands of percent. Maybe you see more volume happen in that period of time when that gets quote unquote greenlit than any other time since the inception or release of Jasmy. I don't know, because if anything, the news will spread like wildfire. That in itself would cause price action. That's just a no-brainer. But as far as it going to $1, I don't know. Maybe if we're at a full bull market, all-time highs for a lot of things, and we have regulatory clarity and all these particular things, possibly. It's a great question. Again, I'm not a fortune teller, but maybe we get to 10 cents, 20 cents. I really don't know. But a lot of people look at it like that's not bad. I mean, at a quarter, what the heck would it be? If me at 100,000, so that's like 25 grand. It ain't gonna make me rich, but still, that's a heck of a lot better than a kick in the butt. I mean, that basically mean my investment of $660 would now be worth 25 grand. I mean, are you kidding me? And somebody else like Mike Cornwell holds a lot more than I have. I mean, maybe for him it's like 50 grand or 75 grand. Wherever the case be, that's incredible. And so I think what people basically do is they have like a power play. At least this is the way I look at it, right? And a power play would basically be, all right, person takes the profits, or maybe they take half the profits. So let's say it gets to 25 cents. You cash out half of it. You keep a moon bag for whatever happens in the future. Like if this really is going to be like Japan's Bitcoin and so on. And then you do what I call a power move, which is you swap some of this for other blue chip cryptos, right? Whether it's some of the other ISOs, quant, and so on, and you stack based on that, whether it's XRP, XLM, and so on. But are those already blown up, or the tops have blown off by then, where it's not worth it? We have to see. But I think a lot of people do those particular scenarios, and rightfully so. It's kind of the concept of, dang man, like I need to make power plays because now's my time to do so. And I think if anything, a lot of people don't really talk about power plays. Like a lot of people don't talk about exit. What's your exit plan? We always talk about like, hey, there's this particular project, there's that particular project. Maybe we should do a better job of should say do a better job. Maybe educate people a little bit more on what to do with an exit strategy. And then if anything, like this other example, and that is what you do with a power play. That's why I call it a power play, because I mean, it is just that. I don't want to elaborate too much more on this, but I will state this before we wrap up this particular topic. And that is, when it comes to whale activity and what they do and so on in particular, once you get to that point where you have just crazy amount of cash flow coming in, you're out of the rat race and so on. So many people in crypto, especially with the blue chips, I think if anything, their main focus when they get to that higher tier, the highest tier, if you will, it's just a simple 2x. For us, it's like, man, we want at least a 10x or 100x and so on. But once you've already made it, it's just like it's constant 2x's all the time. This particular project, that particular project. And there's not enough, I guess you could say, I don't think there's a lot of content creators that really have done a complete outline. Maybe there is. I just haven't seen a lot of it. It's usually like, hey, guys, let's check out this deep dive of blah, blah, blah project and so on. And here's what, the ecosystem and, this one's new and what's the use case and so on. But exit plans and power plays, I don't know, maybe I do a video on that in the future. Anyway, Cody Core says you never know, could be 2025. Good point. Guess Wes would be late quarter 2023. GS says dog crap coins. Yeah, I don't know, gotta say something. And, this magic moment, I can't sing. Anyway, I wish I could. Cody Core, if XDC was the main crypto used in the trade, yeah, that's a good point. But I'm also looking at it from the point of market cap. But then again, some people say, well, you're contradicting yourself, Max. You said that quant will go to 100,000 or $1 billion coin by 2030. Yeah, I know. Mostly human. You make some valid points, Cody. Who's the guy that said that? Will Ferrell, where he's like, "Damn you, Tom Cruise." Well, how about this? "Damn you, Cody Core." No, I'm kidding. All right, Cash Cats, calling it a night. Have a long day tomorrow. Good night, friends. Well, have a great night, Cash Cats. Glad they have you here. XLM, high value stable coin. Yeah, I've been hearing that consistently, Brian. I'm with you on that. XLM, XRP are working together. Too many people calling them rivals. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. There was always that debate a while back where, people say, well, XLM, peer-to-peer payments. XRP, bank-to-bank payments. And then all of a sudden you get this bombshell that drops out of nowhere, right? You know where I'm going with this. And that's the whole Visa thing, right? So then it's just like, oh, I see what's going on. I see you, baby. Shaking that XRP. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of like that. If you're going to insert the meme, right? It's like, I see you, baby. It's like, yeah, shaking that retail. It's just, that's the way I look at it. On one side you have Brad Garlinghouse, and he's just like, yeah, the focus has never been the retail. Okay. And boom, Visa. But I also understand the other side of it. It's like, well, it's not 100% retail because, some of the things we outlined recently with what they're trying to accomplish with, the whole thing with the checks, right? So it's like, typically speaking, the old traditional market, check needs to wait and clear. But if you use some of this particular blockchain technology, it's not going to take that much time to clear it all. And that's another form of the utility. But I don't know. I guess, how should I say this? I guess Brad Garlinghouse and all these guys have the right to, like, well, guess what? We expanded. We finally, I guess, unofficially went into this particular sector. And they're going to do it. All right, Brian Alley states, when I say people, I'm talking about influencers. Oh. Well, that's okay. GS, dumb influencers, LOL. Yeah, well, I don't know. I try not to go after certain influencers. I may mention certain people, or not certain people. I may mention certain guys from the past who like promoted Clifford Inu and never updated the communities, but that doesn't mean that I'm specifically stating who those people are. If you want to draw your own connections, you can do that, but I never officially stated it, so I don't really try to go after anybody. Anyway, LCX to the moon. All right, hold on, let me read this. Bitcoin will have one more good run, then utility blows past. Yes, that's literally the way I look at it too. Seriously, I look at it just like that. Maybe possibly two. I don't know, but I think it is possible that we get to like 100,000 of Bitcoin and so on. But utility will win in the end and blow way past it. LCX to the moon. Yep, I read that one. Crypto God states, I'm not going nowhere. GS, like 2-bit says, putting on my tinfoil hat. China crashes Bitcoin. I don't know. He doesn't talk like that. China crashes to Bitcoin to buy it up, then sell when it regains value. Yep. Crypto God says, I hope we do dip. Easier to accumulate more long-term super bullish. Yes, good point. Crypto God, Casper as a Starlink connection or just BS? That was the big thing. But again, I guess we have to double check that. Maybe Crypto Mike. Paging Crypto Mike. Mike, please answer. Why am I talking like a robot? I don't know. All right. I guess I missed that super chat. I do apologize. Wow, that was late on that particular one. I do apologize for that. What does Jasmine do? We were talking about that earlier. We're gonna get into this super chat. Thanks, my bro. You're very welcome. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. I don't think you have copyrighted music, so let me see here. Let me see. I want to give you a plug. Guys, this is something we kind of do every now and then, let's be honest. But let me give him a plug. So Wes R.A. Hold on. Wes. Okay. Yep, I found it. I mean, guys, you got to hear this one particular song. It's called Super Lowry Bros Dem Blues. He posted this 14 years ago, got 3,000 views. Let's do something kind of just out of the ordinary. We still have news for you. This won't take long. I think this has a great vibe to it personally. And if anything, subscribe to our fellow brother Wes R.A. Check this out. All right. So I'm going to subscribe to you also on my MaximusCrypto. Boom. There you go. You got another subscriber. And yeah, let's share this. This is Wes R.A. and his band called the Super Lowry Brothers. And it's called Dem Blues. All right, so that was the one. Oh boy, hold on. I don't have a copy strike. All right, that's a Luda. Anyway, yeah, but wasn't stated. That was West RA's particular band. They are referred to as Super Lowry Brothers, and it's called Dem Blues. And of course, you can basically subscribe to him at Wes RA. Please do so. He watches our show. Wes, shout out to you, man. Really good music. Appreciate it. Nice, mellow, upbeat. I really liked it. Glad to share it with you guys. I want to read this again. I used to play trumpet, says Crypto McDizzle. And sax back in the day, probably don't remember anything with it. Tried it 30 years. Wow. Only thing missing is say it. Yeah, I remember. A definition of a great song. Cool. All right. I am going to read this real quick. James Anderson. I think I've seen you before, but I don't quite remember 100%. Consider changing your avatar. Something speaks more of who you are and what you're about. Can you buy XRP on Uphold? Very easy. I know you could buy it on Uphold as far as very easy. I don't have the answer to that because I don't use Uphold. I'm more of a KuCoin guy. I'm sure somebody here could verify that. Maybe like Tim Shea, if he's still around. But nonetheless, yeah, let's see who is still around. And I'm going to highlight that. All right. So let's kick it back into our particular coverage. And that is XDC. Let's go jump right into it. So if anything, check this out for yourself. We're always talking about these particular updates with Impel. Impel is one of the biggest partnerships with XDC. So look at this, guys. This comes straight from Impel Official. And it states XDC 2.0, right? We saw, for instance, a while back, we covered a recorded video about it straight from the source where they gave us kind of a glimpse about that particular update of XDC 2.0. But listen to this, guys. It appears to be live. So this is pretty breaking, to say the least. Look at the updates on Impel's website. They even have a link to, listen to this, guys. We're always talking about ISO 222. They even have a link to ISO 222 messaging. I'm going to blow this up. It says, redefining the standard for cross-border payments and financial messaging. Impel is a fintech innovator that uses blockchain technology to deliver financial messaging ISO 222 with optional collateral for instant settlement and a bridge, of course, to the R3 Corda platform. That bridge in itself, I always mentioned it in the past, that R3 Corda bridge is massive. So it says that bridge that platform to future-facing banks and fintechs. And even if you go to the site, apparently you can send an ISO 222 compliant message right now. I want to see if we can actually just test it out. It'd be kind of cool if we could. Maybe we could test it out without actually, having to make an account. Let me see. Hold on just a second. Before we do, I want to show you a little bit more in regards to this. Is why do businesses choose Impel? Well, a couple reasons, right? Faster payments, military grade security. But we're always talking about the likes of Ripple's XRP being fast. Obviously, when it comes to XDC's 2000 TPS, let's get into that for just a brief moment. We offer real-time payment settlement instead of the current 2+ day standard via the central banking system. Remember we talked about earlier how long it takes basically for check to clear, stuff like that, right? XDC can be included in the financial messages payload for instant settlement, either owned outright by the sender or borrowed as a low-cost solution for instant settlement from a community-supported XDC pool fund. Now, we do talk about, blockchain 4.0, that military grade security. Here it is specifically. Transactions are routed through a secure API that leverages L2 security developed by a team with decades not just a couple years, decades of experience providing secure technology infrastructure for banks and fintechs. Each validating node on the XDC network is KYC compliant and features built-in forensic monitoring to quickly target bad actors in the space. There's a little bit more in regards to some of this, like the access to XDC versus, in regards to the quarter bridge. That's huge, but we've outlined that quite a bit. I want to see just real quick, like I mentioned before, if we could test this real quick. That'd be really, really cool. Let me just go pull that up, and let's get on load right now. It'd be so cool to actually test this out in the live show, right? Especially for those who are still connected. So let's try it out. Send an ISO 222 compliant message now. It might require a bunch of money. I don't know, but let's see what it says. See our blockchain powered financial messaging in action. Our hands-on self-driven demonstration or demo. Okay, it's a demo. Will show you just how easy it is to send a financial message over XDC's mainnet in the compliant format. Fill out the form to access the demo. Do you represent a bank or I don't represent. I represent Crypto Talk Now. Who's Crypto Talk Now? We're supposed to be a network. Oh, okay. Well, who do you answer to? I don't answer to anybody. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I have to see. Out of this, I'll test this out later on my own, probably offline, and see what happens. And then maybe I'll try to test this out with you guys. Obviously, there's going to be some kind of verification. So they might not even let me do it. I don't know, because it says right here, do you represent a bank or a financial institution? How about I don't represent either one? I just want to test it out. So, but it's pretty cool, guys, that this is even a thing, right? Let's be honest. Do you know of anybody else that has a live demo of this going on right now? No, you do not. So shout to XDC and Impel, bringing it live. Yeah. All right. Let's kick it back in the comments for a brief moment. Let's see here. Tim Shea says, what's up? River Runner. Oh, tomorrow. What's going to happen? I think I missed something there. The old man coming out of the cave, as Larry would say. Jerome Powell addressing everyone. Press conference about, possibly raising the basis points by however much. I'm going with 25 basis points. Maybe doom and gloom happens. I don't know. We'll see. What did Max ask me? I asked you, if you use how easy it is to buy XRP on Uphold. That was the question. Somebody else asked that, and I said, let's find out from Tim Shea since you use it. So that, and Tim Shea says, hey. So anyway, William Jasmine reaching $17 seems impossible. Well, good point. Here's the thing. Check out this guy who keeps on responding to this. Mike, that one guy that you were having a conversation with, Mike Cornwall, he did respond, but not to the original thread. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe he responded to the original thread. So that was it Floating Head Max, or was it Do Your Own Research? Hold on a second. I'm going to find out real quick for you. That's not the one. It was Do Your Own Research. Hold on a second. Ooh, there's 12 replies. Show more reply. Hold on. Ooh, he did respond, Mike. This guy responded. Finally. All right, let's do an update. For anybody who's been following this, we got an update from this dude. Let's get into it. Let me pull it up. Paging Crypto McDizzle. Paging the real Slim Shady. Please stand up. I don't know if you remember that. Anyway, paging Crypto Mike, Crypto McDizzle, please come in. Paging Mrs. Cornwell, please activate Crypto McDizzle for shizzle manizzle for show. Crypto Mike, we'll wait until you get here, my friend. Hopefully you're here. All right, let's read a few more comments while I verify if Crypto Mike is here. 0 Point Crypto, howdy. Hope everyone is well. Crypto Dowie, Tim Max want to know why people call you shea butter. Oh no, I don't know what's going to happen with this. This might turn into degenerate crypto talk. I don't use Uphold. I use KuCoin. Okay, all right. Sorry. Hey, William, please stand up. Please stand. All right. Crypto McDizzle's here. I could imagine how it went. Oh my God, honey. You won't believe what's going on. Max is like paging you. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the freaking room. Let me get on my phone. See, it was something like that. She's like, I activated him. He's calling, hey, Archie, he's calling you. Get your butt in there. Freaking watch the CTM live with Maximus. All right. Let's see here. Let me highlight this. All right, so Mike, this guy responded finally, right? Well, Stardog did too. Shout out to Stardog who watches the recorded. I can imagine how it went. The dog's all barking, rough. Oh my God, Archie. Why you're not even Archie? Mike. Oh my God, Mike. Why does she doesn't even sound like that? I don't even know what April sounds like. I just know what Mike sounds like. Sorry, April. Maybe that's your future voice in 30 years. It's not going to be. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, here's where we're going with this. Let's get into it. So here it is. Here's an update. 58 minutes ago, guys, on the live stream. We will give a shout out to Stardog. Let's read his first. So Stardog responds to all of it. He says market cap is just price times supply. Market cap does not dictate price. Price dictates market cap. Don't be fooled by market cap. All right. We all have opinions. That's fine. All right. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to double check because last time you said you guys couldn't. All right. Here's the big update. If you guys have been following this, here it goes. Mikey states, it is not over the lifetime of a locker. This is regards to Jasmine, guys. If you guys are wondering what the heck are we talking about with this. So this is where he comes up with these crazy price points. I don't mean no disrespect to him if he's watching this, but he has some really bullish things he's been stating. If you want to follow this yourself, just real quick, before we get into this, I apologize. Go to the Crypto Talk Now video section. It's the one that streamed 5 days ago. It's a whole conversation. This guy had this huge outline about there will be a max supply of 50 billion Jasmine coins, no inflation of that 50 billion supply. Participating businesses are projected to, he's got all this stuff. And then when I was explaining to Mike, I texted Mike. I'm like, Mike, you gotta give me your 2 cents here, man. You're like great with math. And he was like, yeah, this guy's pretty impressive. And he gave his 2 cents. So if you're wondering, what the heck, man, Max, you're throwing us a curveball here. This is what we're talking about. There's an update. This guy responded. So catch yourself up with this if you choose to do so, or if you're like, meh, you're not talking about my crypto, I'm going to leave. Guys, I'm going ham, like freaking Cartman. But anyway, it states it is not over the lifetime of a locker. When you look into how much is in my how much is my personal data worth, it is referred to annually. Data is constantly generated and consumed. Recent data is more valuable than old data. The current valuations of personal data are raw and basic. Jasmine Network will use AI to organize data into platinum data. Wow. The more data that is generated and organized in the Jasmine Network will increase the value of the network, and Jasmine's coin price will reflect this increase in value. Jeez. The most valuable data belongs to U.S. men of Middle Eastern descent who are between the ages of 18 and 24, who live in the Northeast and earn $120,000 to $150,000 roughly. Their data brings in $66 million annually. I don't know about all this, but nonetheless, it is an update. Take it as you will. Crypto Mike, maybe you want to respond to it and so on. Does he specifically answer some of these other questions? I mean, it gets really deep. If you want to go into this, I mean, there's a whole outline in itself. Technically speaking, I guess I could just do a big video about this, but some people are like, there's no way we get 1787. This guy was stating basically that, how about this? I'll read this last part. The price per, he has a whole thing about this. He talks about this thing called double D. I don't know if it's the one tied into Tron, but it says the price per coin in 2026 is projected to be near $17.80 based on the KPIs and circulating supply of 50 billion tokens. If you take the math one step further and reduce the circulating supply to be between 12.6 billion Jasmine and 15 billion Jasmine, that would make the price of Jasmine equal to roughly $60 to $70. My God. That'd be a multi-millionaire just off of Jasmine. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I'm going to be a multi-millionaire in the future with some of these other ones, but I don't know what's going to happen with this. I had to activate Mr. McDizzle. and he's polite. He says not contesting, just clarification. I mean, guys, I mean, we explained some of this before, but I mean, if you were here for it, there's a whole thing about this. You just need to kind of catch yourself up with it. So I imagine Mike will probably respond to it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't speak on behalf of Mike, but I definitely had to activate, Crypto McDizzle. I mean, it was literally like, paging all cars, Crypto McDizzle, you are wanted at 45th Street and 3rd. Mr. Anonymous Unknown has activated you to come to this particular in-depth chat about the peak of Bitcoin would be trillions of dollars on market cap, since Bitcoin would be minimum of 100,000 to 500,000 in the bull run. Anyway, where am I going with this? I don't know. Let's go further down. But yeah, I just thought I know Mike's been wondering about that, and I saw that. So yeah, gotta have a good laugh, right? All right, Rand, can I go to sleep, Max? Are we there yet? Well, let me see. You can go to sleep whenever you want. No one is saying that you guys can't go. I mean, I appreciate you guys for staying to the end. We do have, if you're wondering, I want some of the juicy news. We have a little bit left. All it is basically ALBT, some Hedera, and LCX. That's basically it. But anyway, you're tired too. Well, if you guys want me to wrap it up, you guys know me. Sometimes I do extended coverage. I'm tired tonight, so I don't know why. Tim has more nicknames than Blue Wrenches. Jeez. Almost midnight here. Yeah, if you guys gotta go, I mean, I'm not holding you up. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know you guys are on the East Coast, and I'm not in the East Coast. So East Coast, West Coast, baby burn mo. I burn, baby burn like Disco Inferno, right? All right. Wes RA says, I had to step out for a second, but I appreciate the love, guys. My new music is much better. Well, okay, cool. Salamander, hold on. Let me go further down. Welcome on Orgy. Yeah, Ani Orgy. How do you feel about Propi? I heard a little bit about that. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that. There's another one that I want to take more of a deeper dive into in regards to the rerouting of the whole entire internet system. I've been talking about that for years, back to like early gaming days. I feel very bullish on that as well. I might just do a video on that. Brian is funny. Web Warp, Bernie, and Bree told Ronnie to give me one, and he finally said, okay, then didn't. Wow. All right, let's go. Brittany's in the house. Happy Wednesday. Wait. Okay. Happy Tuesday. Yes. Tim, I was on the stream, was rooting for you, bro. Ronnie brushed it off. Maybe he was just being sarcastic. I don't know. I don't speak on his behalf, but I know he has a pretty good show. Let me go further down. Let's see. But yeah, welcome, Brittany. Good to see you. Do you got something new going on there? Nope. Same old one. That's fun. That's a good picture of you, though, Brittany. Not to say you have any bad pictures, because you definitely don't have any bad pictures. Crypto McDizzle, faux shizzle, manizzle, faux show. I guess is okay. Here we go. Update in regards to the whole thing we just activated Crypto Mike for. Paging Dr. Green Thumb, paging Dr. Green Thumb. First Slim Shady. Come on, guys, get with the picture here, right? Remember that? Paging Dr. Green. All right. I guess his response is supposed to equal trillion of value flowing through it. I don't know. Oh, at least he responded, right? And I thought it was something he responded on the live show. All right. Tim Shea, aka Tom Shea Butter Sauce or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to picture that. A long time ago, we talked about Butter Slug Inu and stuff like that. And it's just like, Tom Shea Butter. Anyway. Brian, I mainly go there on Mondays, so it's cool. I'm working most days when he streams. Oh, okay. Max, go as long as you want. Yeah, I know, but I also gotta work something out. I don't know, there's some things I gotta do. All right. William states, market cap does control how high a crypto can go. The market will not let Jasmine be larger than BNB or Ethereum. Okay, good point. Market's like, you know what? Ski BNB or ski Jasmine and BNB, I'm going high. All right. Tim Shea, do your thing, Max. All right. Well, I just want to respect other people's time. Tim, you definitely have people trying for you, especially Bernie, I'll spam the chat tomorrow. Interesting. Uh-oh. Papa Doc, what you gonna do? All right. Max made me sound like an old lady from Italy. No, it's supposed to be, if you watched All in the Family, it's supposed to be Edith Bunker, you know. She's like, now Archie, let me tell you something. You know, I was tuning on the Max and Larry show, and this freaking Maximus guy was telling this guy named Mike Cornwell that Jasmine's gonna go to the freaking moon. Anyway. All right, it's the only woman voice they can do. All the other ones sound like a hairy guy in a dress and drag or something. Just don't sound right. Anyway, Tim Shea says Brian's all good. I was surprised they start telling him, "Night guys, see you, Rand. Take it easy." Good old Cypress Hill, yes. Paige and Dr. Green Thumb. Shea Buttermax, yes. Amazing how many people haven't heard of shea butter. You know what? I'm going to look up this shea butter. Hopefully it's not something graphic like, you know, 2 girls, 1 cup or something. Shea butter. Oh, geez. What is this? Curl enhancing smoothie? Huh. Shea butter from Senegal. I guess I'll share some of this. We're losing people. That's all right. I should say that's all right. But we'll get back into the news in a bit. Just calm down. African shea butter. African Tim Shea, Tom Shea butter sauce. Butter slug shea moonbeam sauce. To the moon butter. I don't know. When Flux goes to the moon, Tim Shea rips his shirt in a phone booth and becomes Tom Shea Butter Slugino or something. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right, back to the news. Gotta highlight that spot. All right. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now. If this is your first time connecting, on today's show, we're going to get right into the specific Hedera news. All right. Actually, it's the LBT. All right. Let me start that again. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now with breaking news. In today's news briefing, we have, for instance, here a news highlight in regards to specifically ALBT. If I could just pull it up. Breaking news in regards to ALBT. The ALBT bridge. All right, I'll stop that. All right, guys, check it out. For real. This is pretty breaking for the most part. So the ALBT bridge uses the HBAR consensus. Service to secure and verify transactions are bulletproof. Wow, what a statement. Like, really? Bulletproof? The HBAR website has been updated to or I should say, has been updated, and to celebrate it, this guy made a video who's Krakow. I shared his content before. In fact, I'll go ahead and follow him. It says, does Hedera have potential? 99% will miss out in 1 hour on his particular YouTube. Well, here's the thing. I want to show you guys some of the key highlights. So you see some of this here. And look at this, guys. I mean, this is something else. Like, you want to talk about, remember we talked about earlier, we're like multiple use cases, multiple layers of utility. Obviously, we were talking about quant earlier, right? Obviously, this is ALBT, but guys, I mean, come on, man. Like, this whole thing with HBAR is something else. So it's cool that you can go to this website. You can filter by use case. Filter by use case. How many garbage crap coin token, puppy dog nonsense are out there in which they would kill just to have utility? How many times does that get asked? All right, does your meme coin have utility? Well, in the future, our vision is that we will be able to have this. Okay, please look at this. Filter by use case: ad tech, agriculture, banking, CBDCs, data integrity, DeFi, gaming, healthcare, identity. Yeah, ALTBT definitely stands out with that, right? This whole thing with this form of a passport utility, if you will, the marketplace, NFTs, payments, you name it, right? To filter use case, I'm looking at to filter layers of utility, right? So you see some of this here, and I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool to be able to share this. On top of that, like it says, it's crazy. Well, it is crazy. It's crazy to see that they have this going on with HBAR. So I think that's really, really cool. It kind of stood out as far as a headline for HBAR and also AOBT. So I thought I'd share with you guys. Let's jump into our next particular segment before we wrap things up. And that is, of course, Hedera, HBAR, right? So it said, listen to this particular milestone, everybody. This is something else. Yesterday, Hedera followers count on Twitter has increased 267,000. Today is 282,000. Something big is happening in the Hedera space. That's a big leap. Got to give credit where credit's due, right? So that's a lot of followers, to say the least, right? And this was reported earlier today, roughly about 12 hours ago this morning. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. One more before we kick it back into the comments. LCX news before we wrap things up. So the LCX token is on the watch list. Listen to this, guys, of 39,696 investors, roughly 40,000 on CMC. Really, really cool. Is a utility token, as we know, empowering the Liechtenstein exchange ecosystem, though. To trade the LCX token, you can go to exchange.lcx.com and trade. I made an account there. Really simple. I got to keep in mind, though, I'm in the United States, so I'm not exactly able to buy, for instance, like Leo X and stuff like that. I was disappointed with that. But, guys, this is a big milestone, to say the least, because of how many people have it on their watch list. More and more people want to find out about LCX. And how do we know that it's close to 40,000 on that watch list? Let's blow it up. There it is. Screenshot taken from CMC. I'm sure it's probably at 40,000 by now. All right. Pretty cool stuff. All right. I think we covered everything else. We did. Let's jump back in the comments before we wrap up the show. Crypto McDizzle. It's Friday morning. Where the weed at? It's Friday morning. Where the weed at? Let me dip into my pocket and find my fat weed sack. Wow. All right. Salamander. LOL. Even worse. Yes, I know. You're not going to sound like that in the future, April. I'm sure you're not, but it's the only lady voice I can do. All right. Crypto McDizzle says, sometimes I make her dress us like Edith Bunker and we roleplay. Jeez. All right. Interesting. All right, William, what other impressions you got? I have like 22. Seriously. I'm not even kidding. For some reason, my Reagan, though, as of lately, sounds like it's Mr. Burns, what is it? Well, Mr. Smithers, tear down this wall. You know what I mean? Or, well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. You know what I mean? It sounds very, very similar. Obviously, I did a Bullwinkle of... and on today's show, kids, we got the wonderful Tim Shea Butter Sauce, along with Mr. Crypto McDizzle, Brian Dowie, and Zark and Fruit, who I don't know who the heck is. Shut the heck up, you stupid moose. Nobody wants to hear about that. You're not talking about crypto. Shut the heck up, you stupid squirrel. If I want to talk about non-crypto related news and updates, I will. Yeah, I know. Bullwinkle would never talk like that in real life. Ever. The younger generation doesn't know who Bullwinkle is. They're just thinking that I'm just talking like a weirdo right now. But I do other particular impersonations, like, for instance, Cartman. I did that recent one where, Does going to the moon. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Bardawi. Does going to the 2 girls in 1 cup? Nah, for you. Want to pet my key? Hey, cheapers. You know what I mean? It's just, there's all sorts of different ones, you know, like Taco Tuesday earlier, and you know, like yo, what, you know, my name is Juan. Welcome to Muchachos Taco Tuesday. Would you like a bean burrito with sour cream? And maybe I put it all over your face. Whoa, hey. Let's not get too crazy here. I'm just here to order, you know, Taco Tuesday. Oh, well, you know, you gringo, man. You were looking at the wrong menu, huh? I got a whole bunch of people waiting to order, and you were freaking giving me a hard time. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to ask you if you have, for instance, avocado ranch sauce. Wait, look like I got avocado ranch sauce for you, gringo? Huh? You take your Shiba Inu back to Uzbekistan. Whoa, hey. I'm not from Uzbekistan. Well, you look like it to me asking about avocado ranch sauce, eh? Yeah, you take your Shiba Inu back to your Dogecoin, eh? Yeah, it could get kind of crazy. All right. I can't do Smeagol. I wish I could do Smeagol. You're going to get banned. Why would you get banned? I don't know. There's other ones I do. Oh, yeah, Crypto Mike and a Mike Tyson voice. That'll be interesting. Hey, yo, listen here, April. You know, it's like this. You know, I want you to go get my gummies. You know, Crypto Talk now about to start in a few seconds. And freaking Maximus gonna talk about the Brazil. You know, Brazil's gonna go live pretty soon, and all the freaking banks are gonna get shut down. Woe to your mother. I don't know. Coochie Boy states the 2-finger is tougher than the 1-finger butter. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is where it's going to become 2 girls in 1 cup, and that's a bad thing. Very, very bad. You can actually use it for duck hunting. Interesting. LCX. It's okay, Max. So funny. All right. Give us a Larry impersonation. Oh, my God. All right, hold on. All right, it's kind of like role play. You ready? Here's role play. It has to be role play. It's better this way. All right. Thank you, guys. I see we have 42 wonderful people here tonight. If we can get it to 100 people, I will smash my fist in between this wall. You don't realize it. This may look like it's casting cash, but I will smash my fist into it, and I will break everything in here, and all sorts of drywall will fall out, and patches will start barking. But it's okay. It'll be worth it because we have 100 beautiful people here tonight. Okay, well, thanks for pointing that out, Larry. Yes. All right, Max. Do you have any news for us? Yes, I do. Okay, go ahead. All right, thanks to everybody for connecting here with us at Crypto Talk Now. Today's news highlights. Hold on, Max. I see that we have, for instance, Tim Shea butter sauce. Wait, what? I thought you wanted me to present this. Yes, but we have Butter Slug Inu. Okay. And with that said, before we start that particular segue, it's peanut butter jelly time. I don't know. I guess I'm not even going with that right. Anyway, let's go further down. Probably could have done better impersonation. I can't impersonate him, though. It's just more like acting like some of the things he does, but I don't do it perfectly. What is Max smoking? I don't know. I'm not smoking anything. There's the people wanting me to do impersonations. So I did go through all the news, so this is just bonus coverage at this point. All right. Max, do we get, Hold on. Max did a few hot knives before the show. No, I did not do that. The Wolfpack Kush. Not Kush. Yes, Kush. I can't pronounce it right. Yeah, there's other, I don't know. Like, I need to work on my JFK. Let me think about that one. We, the people, United States of America, find the defendant, Mr. Fidel Castro, guilty on all charges of conspiracy to launch nuclear. I can't even do that one anymore. I used to be able to do him pretty well. Max, you got to show the rock, bro. Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you for joining us here at Crypto Talk Now Network. I have a gratitude rock, and I will throw this out the freaking window. And despite popular belief, I did not the rock lady. And even though Brian Dowie thinks I did, It did not happen. Anyway, Brian Dowie stays so good. Just put it on mute, then talk perfect, Larry. Oh, jeez. I put it on mute once in a while too. All right, you got to post up Shaq. That's right, he does post up Shaq. I forgot about that. All right, guys, we're going to have a charity basketball game. It's going to happen in Miami, and Max is going to have he's going to have Todd Litchie from the Denver Nuggets back in the 1980s. You don't know who Todd Litchie is? Google him. He basically averaged 1.5 points per game, and then I am going to have. I'm going to post up Shaq, and on my team is going to be Charles Barkley, and we will dominate. I don't know. I don't even want to go with this. Coochie Boy. Larry dunked on Shaq a few years. Yeah. For all these new people here, you guys don't have any idea what we're talking about, but this is stuff that's been dating back many, many months now. Larry did mute for 20 minutes. Oh, geez, really? Max got the Rock Lady too. Let's go. Oh, jeez. No, I did not bone the Rock Lady. I don't even, like, they live on the opposite coast. I'm not even close to those people. So, anyway, yes, there's many other impersonations. As far as the ones that stand out, obviously, you guys like when I do Mr. Klaus Schwab in the Liechtenstein Exchange. Cartman. Some people don't like it when I do my version of the British guy. Okay, whatever. I do an Australian person. I think it's funny when Larry does the whole thing of like, "You have brought great dishonor to your Jasmine." You know, I will drain all the liquidity from this project and I will take it to South Korea. And then from there, I will take my you-know-what out and I will katana blade the whole entire project and rug everyone. Oh, you brought great dishonor, but you don't even know who I'm talking about. But Larry knows who I am talking about. He knows exactly who I am talking about. But I am not allowed to disclose who this person is. Oh, I give him chop suey. Oh, thank you for joining Crypto Talk Now. What the hell is Maximus talking about? I don't know. We need to probably wrap things up here. All right. We're going to about 2 hours and 53 seconds. All right, let's see here. Nice. Max thought it was just Larry. I don't know. Max got to go or got to do Larry's plan B. Plan B. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. I'll tell you guys when the bull run is going to happen. It's going to happen exactly on February 14th. Mark my words, 5 p.m. Eastern is when it's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it won't matter because I'm a crypto philosopher. And despite popular belief, it doesn't matter if people think that the Rock Lady, because that didn't happen. Brian Dowie wants to say that it happened, but it never happened. As gamers would say, screenshots it or it never happened, but it never happened. Mrs. Doubtfire. You guys like it when I do Mrs. Doubtfire? You know, ooh, you wicked, wicked monkey. Oh, hello, my dear. My name is Yusuf Janaya Doubtfire, dear. I specialize in child and human growth and mass. No, I'm not going to say that either. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that. Coochie Boy, because you are a crypto philosopher and you can't be sued. That is correct. That's why it's not financial advice, but philosophers can't be sued because they just philosophize. That is absolutely correct. The wind will pick up right when the bull run starts. Yes. And Patches points with his tail wagging to a bull market or a pump. Can we not? Yeah. Yeah, let's try that. You know, can we not get started? I see we have exactly 4 wonderful people here tonight. If we can get 5, I will punch my fist through this wall. I will punch it through the wall. And if anything, Max will rub Tom Shea butter sauce all over his body. And we'll have to go see Crypto Hulk because he will basically show Crypto Hulk how hairy his back is. And the two will compare each other's backs. And the community will decide who has a more hairier back. Is it Maximus or is it freaking Crypto Hulk? Because at the end of the day, when Mike Cornwell sends me a text message and it says, hey, the hairy back guy said this about XRP, and I had to think to myself for a moment, the hairy back guy, who is he referring to? And then it dawned on me, who has a hairy back? That's a content creator. Oh, yeah, Crypto Hulk. And I thought, that's kind of messed up. But I like Crypto Hulk. He's a good content, but he does kind of have a hairy back. But I need to go get a wax or whatever. I mean, mine's not that bad, but anyway. All right, I don't know where this is going. Max is on fire. Yeah. Let's see where you guys are at. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Yes, the beautiful people, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. All right. Coochie Boy Patches is the only one other than Larry that could predict the start of the bull run on February 14, 2023 at 1700 Eastern. Yes, military time. Yes, stamp it. It very well could happen. And if he's wrong, at least he's a lot closer than Plan B, because Plan B basically stated that we were going to get to 100,000 Bitcoin, and he was off by 80,000 or something like that. And Larry was only off by, actually, Larry wasn't off. Actually, Larry might be right. I'm actually being serious. Think about this. Powell comes out of the cave. Just hear me out. This is why I tell Larry to just rock with this. Tomorrow is February 1st, everybody. Tomorrow is February 1st. And with that said, big news will drop tomorrow. Wouldn't it be something if Larry was right? I'm just being real. Like, I will have to have myself or his nephew or both of us will have to go in, and we'll have to find every single time that Larry mentioned about the start of the bull run. I'm telling you, there'll be something else if he was right. I don't know if that ends up getting us 100,000 subscribers, but there'll be something else. Anyway, the beautiful people. All right. Brian Alley, why are they beautiful? Because you are here. Sips water. That Crypto Hulk is out there for sure. Oh, jeez. If anybody shares as a Crypto Hulk, I just want to say this. Crypto Hulk, I have nothing but respect for you, sir. I think you're a great content creator. Sometimes our community can get kind of, doing crazy stuff, but the person you want to blame, if we're going to blame somebody, is a guy named Crypto Mike, aka Crypto McDizzle, because he is the one who kept sending me text messages that said specifically, the guy with the hairy back. I was like, who is this guy with the hairy back? And then, again, I had to think about it. And I was like, oh my God, he's talking about Crypto Hulk. And then he was laughing, and then I don't know. It was just, I mean, are people really mesmerized with, and that's when I said to Mike, I said, you know what, in all fairness to Crypto Hulk, I can't make fun, because at some point somebody's going to be like, yeah, Max, you're the one who has the floating head crypto. You know what I mean? And, that's all I need is like, Future Farmers of America. It's not Future Farmers of America. It's FFA. Okay. And they're going to take that and they're going to be like, all right, make a thumbnail on it. Max floating blankety blank F of FFA on one side. And the other side is, hairy back crypto. And you put us together and like we become like, alpha dog of hair. It's just, just hair everywhere. I mean, I got lots of hair on my face. I don't have enough on my head. For people who are new, who have never seen my head, you can go back to old videos and see that if you wish. Every bit of hair that I lost was donated to Crypto Hulk, and it's pasted to the back of his back with Tom Shea butter. Tom Shea butter, proud sponsor of Crypto Talk Now. Tom Shea butter, exclusive to Amazon. Get yours on sale, $4.99 a bucket. All right. Yeah, let's get back to some crypto. Mario, will XRP be backed by gold? Well, that seems to be the case. And XLM is backed by silver. Apparently, XDC is backed by copper, which doesn't make sense to me, to be honest, considering you have Comtech. You could buy, for instance, gold bullion. Why does this matter? Well, it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because I'm apparently, according to Larry, a crypto professor, and he's a crypto philosopher. And, you can basically convert your back shavings, according to Crypto Mike, and exchange it for Mononoke Inu tokens by draining the liquidity off of a person's back, literally, by going to Crypto Hulk's channel and shaving off all of the hair and donating it to a good cause to make that happen. Now that's messed up. Okay. I like Crypto Hulk. You guys need to stop making fun of Crypto Hulk and his back with a lot of hair on it. Shame on you. Because I have a lot of hair on my face, but it's not on my back. So I don't know where I'm going with this. All right. Just got a 1 month membership for Crypto Hulk. He finds Ish out early, but he sits on the floor and drinks tequila. Well, that's his business. I do notice that. Like all his streams come from, it's just that's where he's comfortable. That's what he's got to do. Maybe he has got a bad back. Maybe he can't sit for long. I mean, I got a bad tailbone, little known fact. But I think it's funny. I don't know. Maybe Crypto Mike is passed out. Maybe he had too many gummies. Maybe he's out for the night. Well, we will never know. Only April Cornwell could report this, but I will state this much, okay? I find it awfully funny he never refers to Crypto Hulk as Crypto Hulk anymore. He doesn't do it. It's something like, these are not the exact words, but it's usually like, hey, I was watching the guy with the hairy back, and he said this about XRP, and this is really something. You might want to share this on the show. I'm like, the guy with the hairy, like I always got to think about it. Now I immediately know, oh, he's referring to Crypto Hulk. And I don't know. I mean, do people eventually like refer to me as, the floating fathead of FFA? I don't know. Like there might be another live broadcast. Hey, you watch Max at Crypto Talk now? Yes, I watch Max at Crypto. Oh, you watch? Let me text my friend. Did you watch what Max's segment about what he was talking about with the on-demand liquidity? Oh, you mean floating fat of FFA? Oh yes, Future Farmers of America. No, it's not Future Farmers of America. I don't need that title anyway. Close to the floor, always better when drinking. Jose Cuervo, Cabo Wabo. He sits on the floor in a tank top. Oh jeez. I'm sorry. That just kind of struck me funny because that's messed up. So what if he has an abnormal amount of hair? At least he has hair. I don't even have hair on the top of my head. I mean, I have a little bit, but it's bad. It's bad. My one friend made fun of me a while back, and it's okay. I could take it. He says, Max, I know why you slick your hair back. And I go, what are you talking about? And he's just like, you have an Italian comb over. I go, what? He goes, yeah, you have an Italian comb over. Hey, I'll say this much. It looks cool on you, but in reality, it's just a glorified Italian comb over. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know what I'm talking about. He's like, the front of your head, you have grown it out this far out, man, and then you slick it back. He's like, that's an Italian comb over. I was just like, I never thought about that, but I guess technically speaking, that would be it. He's like, yeah. He's like, but at least you're not doing the stereotypical thing of growing it 4 feet out this way and whipping it over like you're Saul Goodman or something. So I don't know. But that's crazy. Yeah, I never thought about that. I mean, he does have a normal amount of hair on it. That's so bad. I mean, people point out the worst of people. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's something that people point out with me. Like, somebody in the past, they're like, Max has puffy cheeks. Oh my gosh. Look at him talk. I never seen so much puff. Let's call Max Puff Daddy. I don't know. Or Max is the Stay Puff Marshmallow. I mean, what will people say? I have no idea. If you're just tuning in, you're probably wondering, what the heck is this show? Max on his stream, he was talking about some dude with a big head and a Saitama. What? Really? What the heck? Really? I don't know. I was in shock about that. That's crazy. You're yanking my chain. Really? You gotta be yanking my chain. All right. You got gifted a membership, and Tim Shea wins everything. Got $112. The other day, I missed that in the comments about Tim Shea winning a membership. So before we wrap up the show, you guys tell me, can you clear this up? What is this all about? What is this all about? Why did Tim Shea win everything? Because yesterday, all I saw was the whole thing about, Tom Shea butter. And then I was just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, is this something you put on toast? And I was just like, then I was thinking Biggie Smalls in my head, where he's like, I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast. Actually, it's not even Biggie. That's like, Sugar Hill Gang, but it's kind of like hot butter on my breakfast toast, Those memberships can be worth, like, what are we talking about here? This came from Crypto Hulk? Well, it's kind of slowing down, you guys. So I think it's been a good show. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be back at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, unless excuse me, I need to drink something. Unless, for instance, Larry or maybe possibly myself, no guarantees, does a live stream in regards to a live footage of the old man rolling out of the cave, as Larry would say. Tim Shea wins everything, man. Yes, he does. He does. Great show. Well, thank you very much. Kind of went off the hinges at the end. You won a membership. Hold on. Tim won the $112. Tim Shea wins everything. Nickname for a reason, Max. Yes, that is true. He has quite the trophy collection, to say the very least. All right, guys. Look, I'm going to get going. You guys are going to get going. Thanks for staying for this extended coverage of Crypto Talk Now. In reality, it wasn't Crypto Talk Now at the end. It was impersonation talk or random talk now. But we do appreciate each and every one of you guys who are still here. You may all have a blessed night, everybody. Be out on the lookout for more particular recorded content and deep dives and so on. I'm going to look more into ABT, not AOBT, ABT, because that's been something that consistently gets requested. I guess I'm actually being serious right now. Okay. If people request it, I'll go a little bit longer. That's all right. All right. So you want an impression of Arnold? Excuse me. Oh, man. What do you want me to specifically say like Arnold? Let me know. Until the next time is shea butter. The membership's the value, huh? Mike has something for you think. Uh-oh. All right. We'll wait a little bit. That's all right. I'm in no rush right now. What do you want me to specifically say as Arnold? I'd like to know about that. We should have drank more liquid. Kind of like dry. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Arnold right now. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Let me think of what to say on that one. All right. It's not a tumor. It's a Pentium 28483 gigahertz chip from the future. Oh, you kids are giving me a freaking headache. Oh, well, maybe it's a tumor. It's not a freaking tumor. What you need to do is you kids need to get away. You go watch Crypto Look right now and go freaking shave off all sorts of butter slug Tom Shea butter from his back. Shave it all off and donate it to charity and make a MMII NFT out of it. I don't know. Get to the shopper. You guys are giving me a great big freaking headache. Well, maybe it's a tumor. It's not a tumor. Something like that. I don't know. All right. I request that you do not check on ABT. Why? What's going on with that? You're the only one who stated that. Everybody else wants me to do a deep dive. So I actually do want to hear that. You tagged me. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see what's up with that. Max, the last 30 minutes was effing epic. I cracked up. Okay. Twitter tag, $2. All right. Thank you very much. I said we end it. We have extended coverage. Max must go on. Thank you for tuning in to Crypto Talk Now, live with Maximus. On today's show, we will get into a particular Twitter tag to find out what this is all about. April Cornwell says, Twitter tag, let's jump into it. All right, let's see what it says. I had to take off this butter thing. I kind of was aware of shea butter, but not to the degree you guys were. All right, let me share what's going on. I got a bunch of tags for some reason. All right. 14. Oh, boy. Oh, hey, look at this, guys. Black Swan Capital. Verson Aljara states, be sure to check out his latest video, Digital Disruptions, Navigating the Future of Digital Assets with Work. Enjoy the show. Regulating the Digital Future Still. Oh, I'll have to check that one out. I love his coverage. All right, let's see what it says. Oh, God. What in the heck is this? What is this? All right, let me share it in a way in which you guys can hear it. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be Butter Slugino or something. All right, let's jump. Oh no. All right, Mike clipped something here. I'm wearing a bear outfit or something. That looks funky. All right, here we go.
This can be good. Like, what are we talking about here? This came from Crypto Hulk? This can be good. Like, what are we talking about here? This came from Crypto Hulk?
That's horrible. You guys are bad, man. That's just wrong. That is so wrong. I'm sure he could take it. I wonder how much crap he gets about that. I don't know. That is horrible. Bad. Nothing wrong with talking crypto now. Oh man, that was good. Mike, you're definitely talented. All right, April and Mike, thank you for that. That was awesome. All right, Brian Dowie, nothing wrong with talking crypto and having a good laugh. Yeah, same with you, buddy. It doesn't even matter right now, does it? Extended coverage. Dildo Shaggins in the house. Good morning from Scotland. Better late than never. Yeah, I'm not gonna filter everything right now. Sorry, Larry, but at this point, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Crypto God, Crypto God, we need call-ins. You will have call. You know what? I'm actually being serious right now. Hey, I'm being really serious right now. Who's down for trying this out? Just real quick. Are you guys down for this? Seriously. Do you want to test out the call-in thing for a Twitter space / Crypto Talk Now call-in thing? I could test it out real quick. I just need some volunteers. Whoever's willing to stay a little bit, just let me know in the chat, and we could test this out because that'd be pretty cool. It's something we've been talking about doing for a while. I just kind of need more people to test it out. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be like perfect, but I would like to kind of have an idea. I just need more people. All right, Brian, now nothing. Yeah, I saw that word. My bad. Good morning from Scotland. Good to have you here, Mr. Shaggins. We need Collins. Yeah, I read that earlier. My bad. Morning. Max must go on. Oh, geez. Breaking news. Yes. Thank you for connecting to Crypto Talk Now. Your host, Maximus. In the Deep South, it appears that a man has boldly decided to strip completely naked, stuff himself in his bathtub, and rip off all of his hair and become a new content creator on YouTube. Back to you, Bill. I don't know. That's bad too. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, let's see where we're at with this. What is this? Yeah, it's bad. All right, the channel now rivals 2-bit and comment. Oh, geez. Is that Max NFT? Yeah, it's probably my new NFT. Here's the thing. You guys want to know something? I think April remembers this. Maybe Coochie Boy and some of you other guys definitely might. It used to be a thing where when we do the Max and Larry show, Larry would literally it was kind of like he would poke me like I'm a monkey. He'd be like, Max, say this. Say this, Max. All right. What do you want me to say? Max, stop it. Do the Al Pacino scarf. Oh, all right. You know, jeez, you know what a huss is. That's a pig who don't fly straight. You know, but that don't sound completely right. Anyway, the NFT. You want me to do a rap? What kind of rap? Like an old man rap, like. I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but it's kind of like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Something like that, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Start a Twitter space now. Okay, so you guys want to try it out? All right, cool. All right, cool. Let's try it out. I'm gonna have to start a program that I have real quick to see if this will work. Let me just launch it. Give me just a second. It's gonna take a while. It's like literally, it's like kind of like an operating system in its own way. Hold on. Max do Tupac. Oh, jeez. Jeez. I don't even know what to say with that. That'd be bad. I don't know. I don't even know what I'll do with this. Shave side, hairy back killers. You want to talk with? All right, I'm not gonna do that. That's gonna sound bad. That's gonna sound bad. All right. Don't want to talk about so much hairy back anymore. Do Eminem, LOL. We can do a little bit in here in a second. I'm loading this program up real quick. I'm gonna launch it right now. It just kind of started. And then you guys will see it. I'll let you know on Twitter Space when it comes up to see how well it works out. And I'll just say something like, you know, hold on a second. So how we set up is how you used to watch old shows from back in like the 80s, early 90s, and excuse me, 80s, 90s, 2000s, like a traditional talk show, right? You would call in like a 1-800 number, and somebody would be like, hello, April Cornwell, you are live with Crypto Talk Now, with the Max and Larry show. Go ahead and state whatever. So we're going to test it out here in a bit. Tupac is to go. I agree with you on that. Max, well, I also think Nas is my all-time favorite. But anyway, Max, since you started wearing the hat, you remind me of old school Ice Cube. Oh, yeah? Huh. All right. Well, cool, man. Thank you. It's actually just a Portland P. I got to get rid of that little piece of lint that's stuck there. Oh, well. I can't do the human beatbox. I wish I could do that. How do you know? Oh, yeah. You guess you do kind of know my name, don't you? That's all right. There are multiple goats. Yes. All right. So I think I got it launched. Let me see about starting a Twitter space. Give me just a second. And we're just going to call it like Crypto Talk Now. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can even do it, because it might not let me do it the right way. Just a second. Ah, crap. It's not going to work. They came up with some stupid update, didn't they? They just had to come up with an update to ruin this thing. So let's see. All right. Let me see if I can do it this way. Spaces. Just give me a second. Create your own space. All right. CTN. What should we call it? Call in live. You have to be connected to YouTube. All right. Let me try this out. So if anything, I'm gonna start off with Tim Shea. I'm gonna send him an invite. Sent you an invite, Tim, and then you can invite other people. Oh crap! Hold on a second. Guys, you got to bear with me. I'm kind of multitasking here. I don't even know how well this is going to work. All right. Tim Shea, let me know if you got the invite. And then we'll go from there. If Tim Shea is still around. He might be gone. I don't know. If Tim Shea is gone, I'll send somebody else an invite. Okay, Tim Shea got the invite. Let me see where we're at. All right. So are you're G listener? Is that who you are, Tim? Okay. Crypto God is I'm here. I'm G. Okay. All right. So let me see what's going to go on with this. Just a second. All right. Maximus, it says. All right. All right. Let me ask you this. G. Hold on. Oh, God. I don't know. It's kind of clunky. It might not work. This is why I'm glad we're testing this, though. Hold on. All right. G. The guy just connected, who is Crypto God. Do you have a working mic? That's the main thing. Do you have a working mic? The whole purpose of this is for you guys, like a talk show. You're able to connect, and you're able to basically hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now. We were live with with the Max and Larry show. G, go ahead and ask a question, and boom, we hear you on this particular thing. And now, of course, I'll share it in a way before you could hear it. But we first, I'll state this: if you don't have a working mic, then it ain't gonna make no sense. Let me see. You guys don't have working mics. That's all right. I stay up until 3, 4 a.m. I don't fall asleep during the show. Okay, 8 a.m. ish. No sleep for the wicked. So none of you guys have working mics? Huh. Biggie, Pac, Nas, Wu-Tang Mob. Yeah, I love all those. They're great. All right. I don't think. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you have a working mic, because otherwise, there's no way we're gonna be able to fully test this out. The only person I see right now connected is G. Just a microphone. For instance, this is not my studio mic, but you have something like that on a headset. You know what I mean? Where you just talk, or I shouldn't say that. Obviously, you're connecting with your phone. So what am I talking about? You just connect with your phone and just start talking. Basically, that's it. I've been on without cam using phone. That's fine. Just kneeling. All right. I'll try to drop it in the comments for you real quick. Just a second. So sorry about that. I'm still kind of working this out. Crap. Hold on. Adjust settings. Well, I sent Tim Shea an invite, but I didn't see him in there. I just said, just shows that he was a. Hold on, let me see if I can invite more people. Sorry, guys, just a second. Just a second. You're requesting to speak. All right, let's see if this works. I approve for you to speak. All right, now you're a speaker. Go ahead. Yeah, I hear you. Let me do the share so you can be featured on this. So give me just a second. Let me see if I can do it this way through StreamYard. Present. Hold on just a second, my friend. All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to share the Twitter space. Hold on just a sec. And then we'll finally find out if this is going to be something we can even do, because it might not be. All right. Do listen live. Well, I'm already in this, but let's see. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this now. And I'm going to see if this works. Hold on just a second. In the future, if I can get this down, be more familiar with it, then we can just have it down like, to a fine, like clockwork, if you will. All right. Let's fully test this. G, welcome to Crypto Talk Now, Twitter Space. Do you have a question for the Max of the Max and Larry show? Go ahead. G, hello. Try to say something. Okay, you just came back. All right, yeah. So G, try to say something again, just like you did earlier. I have you on the shared tab. So just go ahead and say anything you want. That's reasonable, at least. And just yeah. So I'm talking to you from the actual stream, not through.
Max, you there? Because I'm trying to follow the actual stream and be on here. I heard you just talk. Can you talk again?
Yeah, so I can hear you, and that's what we're. Hold on a second. So you guys are not able to hear me?
Did you unmute your mic?
No. Or yeah. All right, how about now? Is this a lot better, or does it echo really
Yeah,
bad?
I'm bouncing back to here, and it just says your
Okay.
mic's muted the whole time. Like,
So
right,
no, I get that.
the
So
microphone red.
are you guys able
the
to?
slash?
Does it sound like it's echoing real bad, or is it just it's fine? All right, how about now? Is this a lot better, or does it echo really bad?
No, that was clear. It's perfect.
Okay. So no, I get that. So are you guys able to? Does it sound like it's echoing real bad, or is it just it's fine?
Right now it's clear. I had a slight little. You know when the voice delay lag? There's like a little ping, like when someone speaks. That's all happened. But you're very clear at the moment.
Okay, so how about round? Do you still hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, so what I did is I muted myself from StreamYard so I don't hear an echo, and hopefully we're going to test this to see if I still hear myself. Crap. Yeah.
How's it on the other end?
So the problem is I hear myself twice, and it becomes really distracting. Because you know what I mean, you're hearing yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
can't stand the echo. I totally get it,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, that's the only thing. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. We'll have to figure out something out different. But I was trying to do something kind of innovative, to say the least, like, because technically speaking, you can't do a live stream and you can't do a Twitter space at the same time. Everybody else that's watching us right now, can you guys hear us on the share right now? Just let us know.
Yeah, can they hear us also clearly? Like, can they hear me clearly?
Let's give them a chance to respond. I do appreciate you guys helping us test this out, because it was an extra thing we wanted to do. All right, so guys, what's going to state is, if I can figure out a way in which I don't hear myself replay on this, then we'll be golden. The only problem is hearing myself. Yeah, there's a delay on YouTube.
Okay, that's fine. We'll figure that out. We'll start with this again, I guess, because it is annoying when I hear my like
Yeah.
finish the sentence properly.
Yeah, so we're gonna power this down. I do appreciate you guys helping me test it. We'll kick it back in the comments. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's because it. All right, we are back. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. Just let me know. I don't want there to be a conflict. Let me see where on that. Let me close out this BlueStacks thing, or not Blues, whatever the heck this thing's called. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Let me close out this program. Hold on. Ah, crap. Here we go. Close. There we go. All right, so I'm closed out of the program I had, and you guys can hear me. I see Brian down at 1048 mentions he could hear me. It was nice to be able to hear you, Crypto Guy. That was pretty cool hearing your voice. Does anybody know how to remedy the echo? I think the most effective way is to share the StreamYard link and let the caller talk without the camera on. Huh. Sure. You know what? That's a good point, Crypto McDizzle. I don't know why we didn't think of that earlier. Would you like to test that out real quick, Crypto God? So how about this? You were just here earlier. I don't know if that's. I mean, I know we could do up to 10 people. That's a good point, Mike. That would make it like a kind of like a talk show. Like a traditional talk show. So it could either be Crypto God or you, Mike, or whoever wants to try this out real quick. Let me know if you got any volunteers. I really want to say this. I really appreciate you guys staying here. I know we were having fun earlier, just kind of joking around, but this is the community trying to help us out by trying to engage and test stuff out, because I mean, we want to bring an extra element, if you will, to the show by having some of these particular features. We just think that'd be really cool. There's all sorts of things we're doing. This is not me just sticking up for Larry, but honestly, like, he does a lot of stuff you guys don't understand in the background. Like, for instance, the thing with Rumble, he puts a lot of our videos together. You know what I mean? Like, so the deep dives and stuff like that, like, obviously I do, but like he puts a lot of videos together. Like, he really tries hard. I know some people kind of joke around about, him and so on, but yeah, he's always mentioning, like, hey Max, let's try to test out the Twitter. So we literally are testing this out. All right, so hold on a second. Was there an echo on the stream? That I don't know, because I'm hearing you through the the Twitter space. You know what I mean? All right. So understand, but calling in on the show, not Twitter space. Yeah, the reason why we're thinking about the Twitter space is because let's face it, a lot of people could join from Twitter spaces, and that's why we were hoping that if we can bring in that crowd and also bring in the crowd that we normally have here, I mean, we can really obviously have like a massive thing going on, and then if anything, we encourage people from the Twitter space to, subscribe to the show and stuff like that. I think there's a way I could probably figure it out still. I think there's still hope there, but there has to be some settings that are tweaked. Now I know some of you guys said that there's like a delay or something like that. But if you feel as though that the delay is too distracting with the flow, then of course that's going to be an issue. We might just have to basically bite the bullet and do a Twitter space separate of the show, like once a week or more. I don't know. Okay. All right, I'll give you that right now. Give me a second. So, where is that real quick? So let me pull it up. I think I got that for you, Mike. Just give me just a second, buddy. Yeah. Invite guest, copy, boom. And then if anything, here we go. I'm gonna send it to you, Mike. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter instead of just sending it to a global chat, because I don't want just everybody connecting to it, because you can only allow it to 10 people. You never know, like it could be like a spammer out of the blue. So let me see. Crypto Mike, you tagged me earlier, and here we go. I'm gonna send you a DM. All right, Mike, I sent you the link. All right. Crypto God says, Larry and Max, good guys. I'm in to build a community and help each other to make it. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. If you call in on Streamer, you get 0. Yeah, because it's on the same platform. I know. We're just looking at it from the perspective, Mike, that we were trying to get it where like we can have a whole bunch of people from, here, like, like we've gotten some great numbers lately. And then on top of that, be able to have like, because let's face it, like we never done a Twitter space, and there's lots of potential when it comes to just that Twitter space. Is like you can really get quite a few people in it, but the whole problem of it not being on the same page towards the delay is what sucks. So you said that you could have it so a person doesn't show their face. Is that what you're saying? All right, so I'm adding you to the stream. There you are, Crypto Mike. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so it'd be like, welcome to Crypto Talk Now, live with Max and Larry, special guests, Crypto McDizzle. You're live on the Max and Larry show. State anything you want. Go for it.
Oh, shizzle. All right, y'all can hear me. That's good.
Very cool. All right, so that obviously works. There's no delay. I guess that's just what we'll have to do for the future is like just let people know, hey, if you're wanting to join in like as a call-in, this is how we would go about the call-in. We don't hit the masses that we want like with Twitter space. That's another story. I still think maybe I just need to play around with that a little bit more, but I think it's kind of part of the whole testing thing. I really do appreciate you guys wanting to help out with that.
The thing about
Twitter
spaces is they don't really let more than 10 people on at a time anyway, or it just becomes massively congested. So, I mean, you do something like this, you can still open the Twitter spaces and everybody can hear you. It's just you don't have 30 people joining in. And if you want them to join in, you just throw them the link.
Yeah, but the thing is this. So the way I have it set up is I could talk with my studio mic. I'm not talking with the phone. And then on top of that, I'm using broadband internet instead of just using the phone. You know what I mean? So it's like I was kind of trying to do something kind of really cool, to say the least. That kind of thinking outside the box, right? So, but if it's something that it can't happen, it can't happen. I mean, I'll state this much. Like Elon Musk is always talking about this whole thing of or not Elon Musk. I mean, everybody wants Elon Musk to do this payment thing like we are talking about earlier, Mike. But my point is, how cool if it would be. I mean, it's Twitter for crying out loud. I mean, why can't I, use my desktop PC on a Twitter space, right? Why does it I have to talk through my phone? Like, what the heck? You just bought Twitter, you can't do that? You know what I mean? So hold on. Sorry guys, it was confusing jumping back and forth YouTube and yeah, I know, it's all right. It's okay. No Twitter spaces can host. Yeah, that's my thing. I know they can do that. Welcome, Crypto Mike in the flesh. Hello. You're muted.
What's up, brother?
Hey. All right. It's been, you know what? I think this is the first time you've been on here since last June, right?
Yeah, it's been quite a while, bud.
Yeah. I remember that, man. That was vintage Crypto Mike. And you said something, you were explaining something about Luna Classic and getting the 7 cents. I thought that was a big thing at that time. But yeah, Crypto God, where you stated no Twitter spaces can host thousands. I think you mean like no Twitter space can host thousands. I don't know. We just got to figure out something. I wish we just get on the same page, but it'd be probably a little bit more testing or something. I don't know. Maybe it can't be done. Maybe we have to wait for the future. But I have to also figure out a way where I can mute myself, for instance, right here. Or excuse me, I just muted myself. And not have it echo, is what I'm saying. Tough to go live with 7 kids. Oh yeah, totally. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. There's got to be something, man. I mean, I don't know. It was worth a shot. Someone in the community knows for sure. Maybe. I see top influencers, if you will. What's his name? Whether you guys are a fan of him or not, I see your test comment, Mike. Whether you're a fan of him or not, Matthew Perry, he doesn't like the idea that of doing it through the phone either. But I'm just thinking like there's got to be something. I got to find out, like, maybe there's a plugin. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're just not. Maybe it's just. But if here's the thing. If I can set it up in which there's no, like, there's a delay, okay, that's one thing. But if I don't have to hear myself echo and you guys don't hear it where it's distracting enough where it ruins the flow, then we're golden. We're golden, man. That'd be so cool. Because then we have 2 crowds of people at the same time here at the show. And that'd be really, really cool. Because then we have people who might be like, you know what? I'll just jump over to YouTube. And if anything, I'll subscribe to you guys and we grow the community more. And it's just a win-win. It'd be really, really cool. I'll talk to Hulk and get back to you, Max. Okay. I mean, I don't think he does anything like that, though. I don't think he does a dedicated on both of them. Like, I don't think he does StreamYard and where that is. And it might, here's another thing. This is StreamYard. It might also be a case where, like, okay, if you did Streamlabs and also Twitter Space, it syncs up somehow, or there's other ones out there. I don't know. I mean, it's just a lot of, you want to talk about, taking a deep dive. That would be taking a deep dive. So I don't know if Larry's watching this right now. If you are Larry for any reason, you're still up watching. I'll state this. We did try. It was nice to have the community here try it out with us. Late night stream. Yeah, like, oh my God, he's still here. Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night my time. What up, Max? Yeah, I'm pulling off a lazy Jedi or lazy shaman show, as you guys would do. Probably should have 4 hours. I got to get going myself. It's the top of the hour. How about this, guys? Thank you so much for being here from beginning end. You guys freaking rock. I love our community that we have here at CTN. You guys seen where we've gone from not much to where we're at, and it's really cool. We're still growing. Check out, of course, the recorded section, by all means, any shorts will be doing so on. I am going to get a software. I might go with the one that Crypto Mike was mentioning, Mike Cornwell, but my other buddy has this other one that's kind of like an animation software. And I'll try to do some more of the impersonations that have related to crypto, because I mean, that's all it takes. If we can have something to go like mainstream and just kind of like go viral, if you will, that really helps us blow up as well. But yeah, thank you for being here, guys. We're going to get going. Testes, 1, 2, 3. You're horrible. That's funny though. 1 a.m. gang. Crypto God, it was really cool hearing your voice, man. For real. Really appreciate you guys. Lazy Jedi, Brian Dowie, all you guys, man. You know who you are. Tim Shea, everybody who stayed here to the end. GS, Coochie Boy, if you guys are still around. Really, really appreciate you. Mike, shout out to your wife, April Cornwell, for, grabbing, saying, hey, Mike, you're wanted. Sumo Fudd, you have a great night, brother. Take it easy. Shout out to your team, the Cavaliers. I think you guys are going to be more than fine. All right, guys. Have a good night. We will see you back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, unless either myself or Larry does a spontaneous stream for the whole old man coming out of the cave. So, all right. Have a good night. Over and out. Probably the longest stream I ever done by myself. All right. Bye-bye.